He knew he had business to do, and take care of still. But they were taking in the sights and the sounds and the beauty and all that Husky Stadium has. That was a pretty cool little cherry on top for me, just personally for the Mariners.
That's
season.
pretty awesome. You didn't get to see the Kraken guys over there too, did you? Joey
I did not see Schwartzy. No, I did not see
guys.
Schwartzy.
Yeah, there's a whole group of them over there as well.
Look like it.
What do we? Some thoughts. What do we make of the time off? What do you make of the opponents? What do you make of the scrimmages that they're going to do this week? In my mind, the scrimmages. Look, other than that, everything else is outside of your control, right? I mean, you're going to play who you're going to play. You're going to take off the amount of time you got to take off. You do your best to control what you can. And so I like the scrimmages. What else are you going to do?
Had you heard that, read that, seen that other places?
No, I don't think so, because this is a fairly new concept, right, of waiting this long? Because it used to be there was just
for us, it's been quite a while.
That's true. But it used to just be like a one-game playoff.
Correct.
And before that, everybody was in. So, yeah, I think it's been a while, right?
Sure. Yeah, and I just kind of am curious if they.
I mean, for a long time, the wild card played the best team, so nobody had a bye, and then it was just the one-game play-in game for a long time after that when there were two wild cards, and so really this has only been going on. How long have there been three wild cards? Like 2 years? It's only been a couple of years.
Yeah, so I think it's pretty wise. I think it's pretty cool. Again, I don't know if other teams have done this in the past, Salk, where you do have some 7-game series, maybe you sweep somebody, and you do have a fair amount of time off, and you got to stay, as they said in their press release, you got to stay sharp. And the only way to stay sharp is to actually play baseball and actually have, I think it's cool to invite the fans to come in and create some energy and some buzz and try to get yourself and make sure that whole rest versus rust. What do you want? Rest versus rest. You want rest, and then you want to be able to try to knock the rust off, and this will give him a chance to do it.
Cal said he's got kind of a plan for it.
Yeah, I think take tomorrow. Obviously, I think obviously a long week, and everybody's probably feeling a tick. So take the normal off day like we would normal regular season kind of Monday, and then come back ready to get to work. I think I just to me motion is lotion. Staying in that routine, staying moving, staying strong. Make sure you get your workouts in, doing everything you need to do, and trying to stay as crisp as possible.
In terms of the opponent, Brock, Cleveland's the hottest, probably least talented team in the postseason. Detroit is more talented, but as cold could be, having blown the largest lead ever in September before losing.
So they'll probably sweep Cleveland, right? They'll probably
both. Right? Yeah. Don't you assume they beat Cleveland 2-0, and then that's the end of it? Like Cleveland comes all the way back, Detroit does this, and then the Mariners end up playing Detroit. We'll see. Two questions/concerns. One, was the spell broken this weekend? They were on such a hot streak. Obviously, they did not put the full resources of their team into winning all 3 games this weekend. Guys got days off. Guys came out early. Guys were moving around. Like it was more about rest and staying healthy than it was about going all out to try to win those 3 games. Any concern that the spell was broken?
Not necessarily, but I would say there were still ample opportunities to win those games, right? It wasn't as if it was Sir Harry Ford starting every one of them and all of your backups, and you had, kind of meaningful at-bats and some big moments, and you certainly would have loved to see a Eugenio kind of come through, or, some of your guys that had, moments and opportunities and chances there to keep the thing going, not necessarily to keep all the wins going. That's not going to be realistic, and you absolutely were going to get the appropriate amount of rest, but that whole runners in scoring position is what playoff baseball is all about. Right? I mean, that's just kind of the game. You're going to have some opportunities. They're going to be 3-2, it's 4-3, 2-1, and when you get those chances, you got to deliver. And over that 18-game stretch, they did time after time after time. So to not see it over the weekend was a little reminder that, oh, that's right. You do need all of your horses, right? You do need, as good as this quote-unquote roster is, Salk, and the envy of many, you still need your frontline guys to do their thing. And didn't happen as much, and Freddie Freeman did, and Ohtani did, and a couple of their star guys did, and that's why they won the series, because they too, correct, they weren't playing all their guys either, right? They were in the exact same mode that you were, but a couple of their studs stepped up at a couple of key moments and helped them.
Yeah, I think
sweep the series.
all that sounds right. The second part of that question, I guess, that might be lingering in the back of people's minds, any concern that every single win in the last month came against a team that didn't make the playoffs?
Well, you were a reason a few of them didn't make the playoffs.
True.
Right? The Astros kind of number one on that list by sweeping them and taking their soul away as they went out west and had really no juice left anymore. So, I mean, I think that Astros, hard for me to kind of see that because that was such big baseball. It's such a meaningful time. But sure, yeah, you didn't, thankfully, and you had said this and beat this drum as much as anybody. Hey, let's get to September. August gonna be a little tough. Let's get to September where this thing does ease up a little bit, and you took care of business.
Yeah, so I agree. I mean, ultimately, that's not a huge concern for me, but you play the schedule that has been assigned to you, and you go out there and you try to win those games. I think in baseball, beating the teams that didn't make the postseason and beating them as often and with as much regularity as the Mariners did in the last month is absolutely meaningful because this game is about consistency. It's about doing it day in, day out, more than it is, hey, how did you do in these 3 games against a team? But, the flip side of it is you start to look over the last month or so, and, they lost 2 out of 3 to Cleveland, who was the one playoff team they played at the end there of August. Now, that came off of winning 2 out of 3 against the Padres, who were a playoff team. But then you beat the Rays, you lose, you get swept by the Rays, didn't make the playoffs. Win 2 out of 3 against Atlanta, didn't make the playoffs. Sweep the Cardinals, didn't make the playoffs. Sweep the Angels, didn't make the playoffs. 2 out of 3 to Kansas City, didn't make the playoffs. Sweep the Astros, didn't make the playoffs. Sweep the Rockies, didn't make the playoffs. Get swept by the Dodgers, who did. Like there is a pattern there clearly, but I mean, again, you beat Detroit pretty handily over the course of this season. You had good games against Boston. You had good games against New York. You beat up on San Diego. You lost to Philly. You lost to Milwaukee, but you beat the Cubs. I mean, like I just don't know whether there's an obvious story to be told there, other than that, playing against good teams is harder. And how you do in these, games next week is going to depend on how you're playing then. I think more than how you played, of course, over the last couple of weeks.
Yep, and 4-2 over Cleveland, 4-2 over Detroit. So as the Lion would tell you, I'm not concerned about the sheep. Will I be watching? Yeah, you'll be watching. Will you be watching intently? Yes, you'll be watching very intently to see who you're going to play. And then Saturday and Sunday are going to be quite a feeling, man. Quite a feeling to have the division series, unlike it was a couple years ago down in Houston to start. No, it's right in your hood, and it begins Saturday and Sunday.
All right, so we've got some facts coming up at 7:30, Brock, which may or may not surprise some folks. I think it probably will. We have some information over the course of the morning. We'll talk more about what Jerry said yesterday as he spoke over the weekend and kind of gave a final encapsulation of the season. We're going to do confessions. We haven't done it in a while, but at 9:30 this morning, it's time for people to confess, myself included. I have some confessions to make of my own, some things I said over the course of last offseason, early this season that I regret and will be taking back, and apologies will be made, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. So we'll do that a little bit later this morning as well. Lots to celebrate as the Mariners move forward. It's Brock and Salk, Seattle Sports on 710, seattlesports.com.
It's been 24 years since
the 2001 Western Division champions.
Mariners Nation, you've earned this banner.
There's no better feeling than this. We work so hard each day.
With a first-round bye in the bag. What's ahead for the AL West champion Mariners in the postseason?
It's a lot of great things ahead. I can feel it.
SeattleSports.com has the latest on the scenarios.
We're not done yet. We got a World Series to go get.
This is where you hear your AL West champion Mariners in the playoffs. Seattle Sports.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here, and I have had my share of a few sports injuries over the years, know a little bit about pain. I think Mr. Bumpus and Wyman and the guys that got to play pro sports in the building, they would tell you that, that's some of the trade-off of realizing your dream. But painful joints from arthritis, it can affect anyone and make it hard to do pretty much anything? Well, that is where my friend, Dr. Daniel Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine, right over there in Kirkland, that is where he is ready for your call this morning, 425-823-4000. He has seen so many patients, not just former pro athletes, but patients suffering from chronic pain caused by arthritis. So don't let pain stop you this morning from enjoying your life and your quality of life. Consider Dr. Nelson the only doctor with over 3 decades of experience in pain medicine techniques. Many have jumped aboard the regenerative medicine train. This has been the passion. This has been the heart of Dr. Nelson for well over 30 years. And he's got all the tools in the tool bag, yes, including stem cell therapy. So give him a call this morning. If you're living in pain, it's affecting your quality of life, 425-823-4000, or visit DanielNelsonMD.com. That's DanielNelsonMD.com.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With a Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
When it comes to the security of your business, doubts can creep in about who you're trusting to protect it. At Bail Arm, we got you. For nearly 80 years, we've been putting our customers' minds at ease with our advanced technology and personalized support. Feeling insecure about your current security service? Visit bailarm.com today.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Tune in on October 5th when your Seattle Seahawks take on Tampa Bay. Kickoff at 1:05 p.m. Muckleshoot Casino Resort, proud sponsor of the Seattle Seahawks and the biggest and best in the Pacific Northwest.
This is where you hear your AL West champion Mariners in the playoffs. Seattle Sports.
If you use carpool or toll lanes along SR 167, some things are about to change, and some things aren't. If you ride without a Good-to-Go account, you'll receive a bill in the mail. That is a change. Having Good-to-Go means it'll cost less than pay by mail. Not a change. Carpoolers will need a Flex Pass set to HOV mode to ride free. That's a change. A Good-to-Go pass saves you $2 on every toll. No change. Learn more at goodtogo167.com. Free Flex Passes while supplies last.
Does your yard need shade, privacy, or a little brightening up? Look no further than Big Trees. I'm Nancy Penrose, owner of Big Trees in Snohomish. At our 30-acre location, there are thousands of trees to choose from and knowledgeable staff, including a board-certified master arborist, to help you find exactly what you're looking for. Visit the nursery and learn more about Big Trees at bigtreesupply.com.
The intent for the training is always to, of course, make a better experience for the customer. But from my position, I would say I'm most proud of watching our own people grow.
I think a lot of us really do want the opportunity. I will work my butt off for an opportunity.
I started cleaning cars Now I have this great opportunity to be a president of one of the greatest auto organizations I feel there is. And it's not that I was smarter than anyone. It's just I was around great people and always wanted to learn. So for me, it's super fulfilling to be able to pass that along to people and see people with the same drive and want to make a great life for themselves, right? So that to me is training. That's gratifying for me.
When leaders focus on growing people, this is where leadership becomes service, and customers feel the difference. The LJ Way is the Lee Johnson Auto family.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
All right, maybe not the finest weekend of the season for the Mariners. And on a little bit of a down note, they get swept at home by the Dodgers. Did it matter? Probably not, right? Seeding in the American League was already essentially set, at least for them. They'll hold the number 2 seed. They'll play the winner of the Detroit-Cleveland wild card round. So in terms of the seeding, this stuff was already done, and now you get the opportunity to play home games, 2 of them, Saturday and Sunday at T-Mobile.
Yeah, I mean, I think just remembering from playing days, it's a pretty special environment, during that time, and Seattle fans have an awesome energy to them, and they appreciate it, and we appreciate them as well. So we're all looking forward to that first one, and just kind of the excitement that will be in the ballpark, the buzz that will be in the ballpark, and the edge that brings.
Oh, yes. And as I said, it was kind of cool to see the Kraken and a bunch of the Mariner guys at Husky Stadium where the noise was rocking, where it was a reminder to those guys of just how passionate this fan base is. So passionate. And it was sold out over the weekend and everything, and the hay was in the barn, and you weren't going to, move up or down anywhere in the standings. You were just kind of watching what was going on around you, and it ends up, that you did get the American League Central, which I think, frankly, is about the best thing you could have asked for.
I mean, you couldn't have written it any better than that. It's really pretty spectacular. Cal ends the year with 60 home runs after a quiet weekend. Julio does get to 30-30 his second half. Lyle sent over the numbers. I mean, it's really, really incredible what Julio did since the All-Star break, and that was important to him. He meant that 30-30 was meaningful.
To me, it's very important to impact the game in many different ways, and I feel like I've always worked really hard to be able to, for the ones I know me since the beginning, I feel like I wasn't credited as a speed guy and all that, so I just feel like I worked really hard for that, and just so I think it's really cool, 30-30. Like not a lot of guys get to do that, and just to have the chance in this game to do something special like that, I feel like it means a lot to me.
Naylor got to 20 and 30.
He got to 30.
30 steals. Right?
To listen to Julio talk about working with Sprint coach down in Florida and adding to that speed. Yeah, Naylor did the same.
Yeah, he didn't need any of that spin. You just have to use your eyes, apparently. Gino did fall short of 50. Too bad he ends with 49 home runs. So team's not going to take the whole week off. We just discussed they do have a pair of 6-inning scrimmages at T-Mobile on Wednesday and Thursday. We'll get into some of the details of those, but tickets are just $10. Games 1 and 2 will be here Saturday and Sunday. Just to finish up the recap of the season, Astros out, Blue Jays win the East, Red Sox and Yankees will play in a wild card series, Mets eliminated on the final day. Unbelievable, as Terry Francona and the Reds end up making the postseason. I'll give you some of the numbers on the Mets here in a few minutes. It is really.
And the Reds even lost. The door was open.
I know.
And the Marlins
just
take
incredible.
2 or 3 from them.
Just incredible.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Kind of a fun day to just watch football yesterday. Pretty stress-free, right? With the Seahawks having already won on Thursday night. Got to watch the Niners lose. Got to watch the Rams nearly lose. Adonai Mitchell's going to be sick, huh?
Oh, my gosh.
That poor guy.
2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns. Not only the one that he just decided to stick the ball out and drop, and then a holding call.
That one didn't. Look, that one was not the full-on. No, the dropped one.
Oh.
That was not the full-on drop it and celebration too early.
No,
he was just moving the ball in his hands to stick it over and he just dropped it. I mean, it's
like you at 17 at Harbor Point.
All right.
I mean, it's just like the 8-iron instead of the pitch.
No, that was a mental error. His was a physical error. I can live with those. Regardless, the Rams end up sneaking out a win over the Colts. All three teams at the top of this division now 3-1. Cardinals are 2-2. Ravens in big trouble. Their defense has problems. They're 1-3, and they're going to be without Lamar for a few weeks. Russell Wilson's career not looking good after Jackson Dart came in and took the terrible Giants on a little journey as they beat the Chargers.
13 to neighbors, 7 before that. Here's a run again by Dart. 1st and 10. He'll take it in. His first career touchdown. And the Giants on top.
Uh-oh. Yeah. It's not what you're looking for if you're Russ, right?
Some rumblings if Browning struggles tonight on Monday night, those Bengals could be looking to trade.
For Russ?
Russell Wilson.
They might. Well,
that'd be great.
Yeah. How about if Geno continues to struggle? Any chance the Raiders and Pete Carroll start looking to trade for him? Because Geno's now thrown 7 picks and his team is 1-3. They're having all kinds of problems in Vegas. 7 picks in 4 games. He threw, 3 of them yesterday? What's going on with Geno? Nothing good.
Not great.
Nothing good. Rumors circulating a little bit this weekend. The Seahawks secondary, Ian Rappaport saying that teams are monitoring the availability of Reek Woolen, who could be the odd man out with Job and Kendrick's success and the return of Eamon Worry. You think that's the case? Is everybody monitoring, or are the Seahawks trying to drum up interest?
So they're just monitoring. They're just monitoring.
All right.
Checking it out. Just curious.
Maybe a little of both. Maybe a little bit of both.
Probably.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
The Huskies kept it close, Brock, but ultimately just not enough against Ohio State.
Yeah, I'll dig into it a little deeper in Blue 88. It was awesome. As I said, just incredible being there. Just a reminder of, honestly, how special we have. These are buildings that are special on their own, and then when they get populated by the passionate fan base, it just explodes. It's like a really nice home. It's like your home on the water. And then you populate it with really nice, just interior design by Molly, and it all comes to life. Lumen Field, extraordinary. T-Mobile, one of the best. Husky Stadium, absolutely gorgeous. That 12:30 kick is what Husky fans love. And the boys came out and played hard, really hard. Had opportunities. Got in the red zone and settled for a field goal and then a fake field goal. And, yeah, and then over time, just the size, strength, length of Ohio State wore them down. But nothing that you should be embarrassed about.
Yeah, just
anybody's
beaten by the best team in the country.
Friday night was embrembarrassing for Valor Christian. That was embarrassing.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah,
Embarrassing for the Americans and Keegan Bradley this weekend as well.
Gosh.
So they made it close yesterday in singles, but in some ways, Brock, that almost makes it worse for me. Like, isn't that the knock on the American team, that they're just a bunch of good golfers who can't play as a team?
Bunch of their own taxis, so.
Kind of felt that way. 25 guys, 25 cabs, that deal?
Yes.
Like, yeah, I mean, they all looked kind of miserable. Scotty looked miserable all weekend. Keegan, did you see that when Keegan threw out the was it Morikawa English or Morikawa, whatever pairing it was, according to stats, out of 132 possible pairings, the 132nd best he could have thrown out there.
That was terrible.
What is wrong with Keegan? And now he's whining about the rule that gives a half point? Shut up, Keegan. You sound like a dope. No, thank you. That's everything you need to know. 1/4 every hour. I don't like
Americans,
whining.
letting the Europeans come on American soil. We let them come on our soil.
Yeah. Oh, the greens were a little softer than we thought they'd be. Shut up. Oh, well, I didn't know. Like, the greens weren't right. How about don't throw out the worst pairing imaginable?
Yeah. You like that? What's his name? Fitzpatrick? Is that the guy?
I like Fitzpatrick.
The Colin Montgomery, the 21st century that's blowing kisses over there. He is a cocky, pale little sucker. I'll tell you that.
He won the U.S. Open a few years ago.
He sure did.
Cross-handed chipping grip. Like, yeah, I like a little Matthew Fitzpatrick. I mean, the European team is actually kind of fun. And by the way, the crowd, a bit much. Like, tone it down. Let's tone it down just a little. All right, maybe we'll come back to that at some point. It's a Mariner Day. I have facts, Brock. I've got facts. Do people want facts?
Oh, really?
Or are the facts going to upset people? They might. I don't know. I got facts. I think they tell a wonderful story. You may disagree, but we will bring you some facts littered with some opinion and analysis.
I said he ain't going to confess. I asked him
know. He
during the
already
break.
told me.
I ain't confessing nothing.
Do you have anything to confess?
I got a couple things to confess.
I got a couple confessions to make.
Yes. Maura going to confess
Maura
anything?
says she's not sure. She's still working through it.
Oh, no. I said I
I said I grew up Catholic. You have to confess whether you did anything wrong or not.
Yeah.
You just make something up.
Yeah, Maura
and then
will
you have
be
to
making
confess
up
for that because you lied.
Yes. Lyle and I are waiting for Yom Kippur later this week, and that's when really the hard-hitting confessions
I don't
will
partake
start.
in that stuff either.
Oh, all right. Lyle refuses to confess. He's just a Gen Z guy who doesn't care about anything other than himself. We'll be right back with some facts on Brock and Salk.
Get inside the huddle.
The handoff inside. It's Charbonnet. He's going to go. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Taking you inside the VMAC every week, Thursdays noon to 2.
Our guys show up to play.
Player interviews.
It's obviously been paying off. Just going to continue to do that.
Previewing this week's matchup.
We'll say they come out and just run the ball down the Niners' throats.
And everything Seahawks.
If anybody had a doubt, don't.
The Huddle, every Thursday at noon, exclusively on the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
All right, let's talk a little bit about retirement. Anybody looking forward to retiring? I know every morning when that alarm clock goes off, well before 5 a.m., retirement is always like a little bit on my mind. But the simple truth is it's really hard to retire. The planning is challenging. It's more than just calculating your expenses that you need to maintain your lifestyle. It's why you need help, and it's why a group like Trajan Wealth can help you build a strategy based on realistic options that align with your goals and your circumstances. So if you're interested in wealth management that's designed to protect, project, maintain, expand your financial portfolio so that you can retire not just at some point, but like some point soon, Trajan Wealth understands the importance of tactical investments and tailored insights for growth in line with your risk tolerance. They're fiduciaries, fiduciary advisors. That's important. And they understand no two retirement plans are going to be the same, offering guidance on a variety of financial objectives, including ways to earn higher potential returns and tax concerns as well. Let Trajan Wealth help you develop a plan that's going to meet your specific financial goals. And let's retire, soon. Call Trajan Wealth right now, 206-466-3300. That's 206-466-3300. Or go to TrajanWealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Imagine homes so well designed and so luxurious, they'll be setting the standard for decades. You're imagining a Mainview home. Now imagine a Mainview home on sale, saving $50,000 to $120,000.
Isn't that what Brett and Amy bought?
Yeah, it's a Mainview, and they saved a bundle.
What are you doing?
Looking at the Mainview website. It's now or never.
What's better than a Mainview home? A Mainview home on sale. Mainview communities across the Puget Sound.
Hey man, gaining weight, low energy, lost drive? It could be your testosterone. Revive Men's Health Washington helps men get their edge back. Meet Tyler, Revive Men's Health Director of Operations.
When men start treatment, it's not just their labs that change. You see it in their posture, their energy, and how they walk into the room. That's why I do what I do.
Call 206-529-1111 now to book your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation. That's 206-529-1111. Or schedule anytime at revivemenshealth.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Bonneville International radio station contests are open to participants 18 years of age or older that are residents of Washington State unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contests are not eligible to win unless the station otherwise specifies at its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 60 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. Full general contest rules are available on seattlesports.com or in person at the station during regular business hours.
Where you hear Cal's quest for the MVP.
Goodbye, baseball, number 50 for Cal Raleigh.
Seattle Sports, the home of the Mariners.
Hey, Brock Heward here. For my friends at PCF Construction, it was a couple years ago. We were seeking a complete outdoor living space. Molly wanted a new deck. She wanted to really make our outdoor space pop. And boy, am I glad we called PCF. Why? Because whether it's a very specific project or outdoor living, like an underdeck ceiling, deck, patio cover, railings, PCF has you completely covered. You know, Molly's an interior designer. She knows construction. She knows attention to detail. And PCF, they checked every single box along the way. And right now is the time to make the call. Up to $6,000 off your project, plus no payments and no interest until 2027. And you can save an extra $1,500 when you bundle your deck with a patio cover. Find all the offer details, get project ideas, and browse photos at pcfgroup.com or simply call today at 425-629-8476. That's 425-629-8476, PCFgroup.com.
Open enrollment for Medicare happens every year, but for a lot of people, it's still confusing. Hi, this is Herb Weisbaum, the Consumer Man. Don't worry, help is on the way with a Medicare Jumpstart Toolkit brought to you by the Insurance Commissioner's Sheba program. Find out what's changing and learn about your options for Medicare with 7 easy steps to get ready for open enrollment. Order your free copy of the Medicare Jumpstart Toolkit at insurance.wa.gov or pick up a copy at your local library or senior center.
Tired of unwanted clutter taking over your space? Well, say goodbye to it all with Happy Hauler, Seattle's eco-friendly junk removal service. Tune into Cairo News Radio, 97.3 FM or KTTH AM 770 for Home Matters, featuring Happy Hauler this Saturday at 2 p.m. Discover how Happy Hauler can help you declutter and reclaim your home, all while donating as much as possible to those in need. So make yourself, your family, and your community happy. Go to happyhauler.com. Hauling with a heart.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
I got some facts. I got some opinions.
I got 2 confessions that are really building towards 9:30.
Well, that's right. This is going to be sort of, that's where this is. This is the beginning of that, Brock. And at 9:30, we'll open up the phone lines for anybody who wants to confess things you said or would like to take back at any point here over the last year about the Mariners as they scream into the postseason with the number 2 seed.
And by the way, after you called out Lyle's narcissism, he and I had a little chat off the air. He's going to confess.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice to hear. Is that true, Lyle?
He's going to confess.
About something, sure.
Okay, but not everything.
I have to believe it to confess it. So,
all right, we'll see where it goes. Hey, all right, it's all open for you in 2 hours.
You remember the last time we did this? I think like full blown
in 2016 with the Seahawks when the guy confessed that Justin Britt blocked him.
Daniels. The other guy confessed about drinking a whole bottle of Jack Daniels and having really, really bad thoughts. Like, this can pull out some.
Yeah, you never know.
Deep-seated stuff.
You never know where the people will go. Okay. All right, here are some facts for you, Brock. You ready?
All right, yes.
The Mariners finished the year 90-72. Fact. Mm-hmm. The Mariners hold the 3rd best record in the American League, tied for the 8th best record in the league in general. They get a first-round bye in the number 2 seed in the American League. Those are all facts.
Okay.
The Mariners had this year the 15th highest payroll, playing in what is essentially the 15th largest market when you include multiple teams in New York, L.A., and Chicago.
Okay.
Of the 14 teams that spent more money, and this is all according to Spot Rack, so that I just had to choose a system. So I looked at Spot Rack in terms of salary. Of the 14 teams that spent more than the Mariners, half of them missed the postseason. 7 of the 14 teams that spent more than the Mariners did this year missed the postseason entirely, including, most obviously, the Mets. I'm sorry. Oh, I told you one of my best friends from college is a Mets fan. $341 million the Mets spent this year. More than double what the Mariners spent. And if I read this right this morning, the Mets had more money on the IL at the end of the year than the Marlins spent.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's unbelievable.
Does that still include Bobby Bonilla's money?
I think the $1 million on Bobby Bonilla might still be there. Yes.
Still included.
$341 million the Mets spent this year and missed the postseason. So of the 14 teams ahead of them in spending, half of them missed the postseason. Of the 7 that made it, that spent more than them, 5 of them are going to be playing Wild Card Weekend without a bye. So of the 14 teams that spent more than the Mariners, only 2 others are also have the bye, Philadelphia and Toronto. Isn't that incredible? Milwaukee obviously spent quite a bit less. And this is not to say, because now I'll dig into a little bit of opinion. Those are all facts. None of that is arguable. That's all just facts. Yep. All those things happened this year. To dig into some of the opinion around it is where obviously not everyone will see this the same way. It is also worth pointing out that of the teams that spent less than the Mariners, very few are in the postseason, just a couple, the Brewers being the most obvious. But it is I want to make sure we point that out. And the teams at the very bottom essentially going nowhere, right? The Rockies and the White Sox and the A's, who at the very least put out had some success this year and maybe are building something. But you get the point. The payroll really did not end up indicating who was going to have success this year and who would not. So if you're going to spend the 15th most money in baseball and finish with one of the 4 buys that was available, while half of the teams ahead of you spent more and did less, really you could make the argument that 12 of the 14 teams that spent more than you did less with their money than you did. Mm-hmm. You have to ultimately, for me, reach this conclusion. Jerry and Justin did a hell of a job. Jerry Dipoto and Justin Hollander did an excellent, excellent job building this team. Given the money that was there for them, given how everybody else did, and given how they finished this year, they did an excellent job. And I had a lot of concerns about the way the team was being built in the offseason. Was not wild about all of the moves they made or didn't make. Thought that there was more to be done. Thought that there were some mistakes. And all of those quote unquote mistakes ended up working out in one way or another. Now, Jorge Polanco didn't end up playing third base. And obviously the roster they finished with looked very different from the one it started as. But that's on them as well. That's due to the success they had. Now, Cal turning himself into a superstar, great. But they signed him and they banked on him. Polanco becoming a DH, yeah, but they signed him. And then they came up with a really good plan to manage him.
Yep.
I mean, it kind of go back to all of the things that I had concerns about. An infield that over the course of the season, you're looking at remember we looked at it and said in spring training, you have holes or question marks at all 4 infield spots and certainly first, second, and third.
Mm-hmm.
All 3 of them ended up being just fine by the time the season was over. And you would argue now that a couple of them are real strengths. Right field, the emergence of Dom Canzone, the depth that showed up, Ben Williamson, Cole Young, all of the things that happened. Unlike previous years when they misspent on veteran free agents, and they did, who did very little. This year, they spent internally for the most part. They spent on players that they knew, like Polanco, and they took on money at the deadline. And when you look at all of that, you created a team along with a farm system that they've been developing and is finally mature enough to truly augment and fill all of their in-season needs. Players who just played a little bit better this year, manager who did his job, coaching staff that, by all accounts did a more consistent job than in previous years. You put it all together, Brock, some of the concerns we had of saying, hey, you got to spend wisely. The money's been there to a point. You can't waste it on guys like in the past, Polanco, Wong, you name it. We went through all those names that just didn't really, Haniger, that just didn't do much.
Winker.
They did it this year. Mm-hmm. Those guys all produced for them over the course of the year. There wasn't wasted money. There weren't wasted roster spots. And the small ones that didn't work out as well as you'd want, like Garver or Leody Taveras, whatever, they found ways to augment and or eliminate those problems by bringing in better fixes. Okay, Taveras didn't work. Great. Guess who did? Dom Canzone, who they developed and ended up being incredible this year. Garver, okay, well, guess what? He actually hit fine against against lefties, and so you used him in a role in which he could still be productive. You got to spend wisely. Sometimes not spending as much can be an advantage because older players tend to be more expensive and also more injury prone. Jerry, Justin, kudos. Apologies for comments and concerns that I had leading into the season and at times early this year. Two of you guys did an unbelievable job. I said it to Justin when he called on, what was that, Friday? And would say it to Jerry as well. Tremendous work in building a team that ended up far exceeding expectations this year.
Yeah, I think what I hear you say as much as anything there over those 10 minutes is ROI, return on investment. That this season in all of baseball, Milwaukee Brewers, a little more return even on investment than you did, right? They have a smaller payroll than the Mariners did this season. Is that, do I have that correct?
Who?
The number one, the Brewers.
Yes.
Yeah. So, as far as ROI goes, they're the number one team in baseball this year.
Incredible what they've done.
Anybody else ahead return on investment? So who were the playoff teams below the Mariners in payroll? You said there were a bunch of them that spent more and 7 made the playoffs. So there's 12 total teams, and that Cleveland have a smaller payroll than the Mariners?
Not by a lot, but they do. Here, I'll give you give me 1 second, just pulling it up. So behind the Mariners, teams that made the postseason, Mariners, as I said, hold on, I got to do it by
the Mariners were 15th
payroll.
highest. Yep,
they were 15th by total payroll.
Yep.
Behind them, Detroit 17th.
Okay.
Cincinnati 22nd. Milwaukee 23rd, Cleveland 25th.
Wow.
Cleveland just for comparison's sake, Cleveland spent $100 million. The Mariners spent $161.
Wow. So there are a few there that got a little better bang for the buck. Had to do it in historic ways.
I mean, maybe. Cleveland won 88 and kind of, lucked into it a little bit at the end. They're not that talented, but they got an excellent manager. I would say the same with Cincinnati, 83 wins, but, got hot late. And again, excellent manager and two guys that we talked about this offseason. But give credit to Dan. He did just as much or more than either of those two guys did. And so Dodgers number 1, playing wild card weekend. Mets number 2 out. Yankees number 3 wild card weekend. Philadelphia number 4. You got to say that's pretty good. Toronto number 5. Houston out. Texas out. Atlanta embarrassed. San Diego in, but wild card weekend. Same with the Cubs. Angels. The Angels spent $206 million for that piece of what garbage that they put out there. Every single person associated with that organization should be embarrassed and probably retire or resign. Boston 12 in, but playing wild card weekend. Arizona out. San Francisco out. And then you got the Mariners followed closely, by the way, by Baltimore, who was nowhere close.
Yeah, it's no guarantee, and return on investment's a big deal. I would also say this, and Jerry was asked about it amidst the celebration, I believe, on Thursday night or whenever that was, that they clinched number 2. I think this is a lesson for all of us to hopefully understand in the years ahead, there's more than one way to build this thing. It's not just the off season. Baseball has changed. It has morphed. He was asked about all of the hits that they have had at the trade deadline the last 2 or 3 years and why then and not in the off season. Well, there's less people trading in the off season, right? We have seen that faucet is just kind of, that spigot's been slowed versus the opportunities that you do find in June and July. And those opportunities in 2022 is Luis Castillo, and this year you're not here. We're not doing this. We're not the number 2 seed if Josh Naylor is not a Seattle Mariner this season.
100%.
July and August.
So here's the concern. This comes from California 209. Says, well, did the front office actually do a better job this year? Give me this year from Cal last year, and don't you think they do the same thing or the year before? Maybe they just had a normal front office performance, but got an insane year from Cal. Maybe. But they also got a horrible year from Polanco last year and a horrible year from Teoscar the year. It's not really fair to just pick and choose. Overall, they got a better year from Polanco. They got a better year from Cal, 2 guys that they spent money on in the offseason. The pitching had many more injuries this year than it had the last few years, and they survived them thanks to Logan Evans and Emerson Hancock and other guys they had in their system already. Their system was ready to help with Williamson and Canzone and Cole Young, who all played big roles. It was enough to trade for Naylor and Suarez. I think it's.
And by the way, you overcame more injuries this year in your pitching rotation than you ever had the last 2 or 3 years. And by the way, you signed Cal Raleigh. That was a part of it. You gave him 100. He
you bet on Cal.
Yes, you did,
and that may be part of the reason he had the 60 home run season he did. So I don't think it's fair to. I think it's a fair question to ask. Don't get me wrong. But I think that would, to go in that direction ignores some of the other ups and downs. There is an obvious element of luck in baseball. There is an obvious element of good and bad fortune. Not just injuries, but in terms of what you get out of a player from year to year, game to game. That's why I don't think you need to wait until the end of the postseason to have this conversation. The postseason is in many ways fickle. That's why you talk about building a team that can compete for it year after year after year, because the postseason does not always determine who the best team is in baseball. It determines who the hottest team is in the month of October of the teams that played really well over the course of the season. We'll see what happens now.
Yep.
But I don't think it's, I'm willing absolutely to extend, huge credit and in some cases apologies to Jerry and Justin, who went out and did something that I don't think a lot of people thought they could do this year. And I would certainly put myself on this list. Enormous credit to them. And to John Stanton as well, because they spent the right amount of money for this team to go out and have a tremendous amount of success. And here they are, Brock, on the precipice of the postseason. Pretty incredible. A lot more to discuss this morning, baseball-wise. Right now, though, we'll take a quick break from the baseball and do a little Blue 88.
This is Brock and Salk's Blue 88, powered by Xfinity.
We're going to go red, right, tight, close, sprint left, G, U corner, halfback, flat, on one. Ready?
Brock Heward tackles 3 football questions as only he can.
Blue 88.
Now here's your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
Brock, how many teams in the league have a better scoring differential than the Seahawks?
Do you know this? Did you take a peek at this?
I did not, no.
Scoring differential, a really big thing in baseball because it's 162 games, so there's a lot more data points. It's not been used as consistently in football, but it's worth taking a peek at because it does show you, are you handling opponents? Are you beating them thoroughly? Can you distance yourself? The Seahawks right now, in all the NFL, Salky, are number 2.
Now, it's a little funky because of the blowout win, right?
But other teams have blowout wins and blowout losses and everything else. And even in your loss, it was a really close one. And then you find a way to win a cup. I mean, this is the whole rest of the league. Yep. So this is not any, how are you? This is the way it goes. Watch the NFL yesterday. 10 of the games are one possession and then 3 or 4 blowouts. I mean, that's just kind of, what it is. But you've got to be able to step on it. Oh, by the way, the Bills had kind of a hard time with the Saints in their own house.
That? Crazy, right?
Yes. So you are second only to the Detroit Lions. So a little perspective. Last year, where was your plus 44 this year in scoring differential? Last year for the entire season. Oh, put your glasses on, Brock. You were plus 17.
Wow.
You were plus 7 for the entire season last year, plus 7 in a 10-win season. Through 4 games last year, remember that stretch where you were equally 3-1? You're 3-1 this year, you're 3-1 last year. That was feasting on Bo Nix and Jacoby Brissett and the backup in Miami and everything else. Through 4 weeks last year, you're plus 17. So 3-1 plus 17, 3-1 plus 44. This time around, the Sun feels a little bit more substantial and meaningful than a season ago.
Pretty impressive. All right, question number 2. How do you break down the NFC West as you look at it today?
Yeah, one thing that strikes me in watching the Niners, I got to see a bunch of the Niners and the Rams yesterday. Neither of them ran the ball well. This whole Shanahan tree is built on doing what, right? Shanahan, McVay, now you've got a Kubiak. You're supposed to run the ball. And right now, it's a small sample. It's 4 games. We'll see what happens over the course of the entire season and the commitment to it. But right now, Salk, the 49ers, Rams, Seahawks. The 49ers are 26th in the league in rushing. But even worse in yards per attempt. They're 31st. They're second to last, the Niners are, at 3.3 yards a carry. That started in Seattle and has continued in all 4 of their games. The Seahawks are 14th overall in rushing, actually, 443, but 27th at 3.6 yards a carry. The Rams, the best of the bunch, 11th overall, but even them, 13th, about league average in yards per carry. So the Shanahan tree as far as what kind of roots are they building early in the season in run game efficiency.
Any thoughts as to why?
I think the San Francisco O-line has gotten aged, has gotten beat up, and is not very good. And the loss of George Kittle is a really big loss on the edge. The loss of Deebo Samuel and what he did on the edges, containing some of that, helping some of that, adding to some of that, has been a big loss for them. So I think for them, it's personnel. I think for the Seahawks, we're 4 weeks into this new deal, and we do see some of the same struggles at times of continuity in the run game and what it takes to run the ball well in this system. And for the Rams, I think their strength is Puka Nacua. It's Matthew Stafford. It's Devontae Adams. It's their ability to throw it a little bit better than they can run it, would be my reasoning behind those three.
All right, question number 3. What was the difference on Montlake Saturday, Brock? Why were they able to stay close but not quite pull it off?
Third downs. The Buckeyes were 6 of 10. The Huskies were 1 of 11.
Yeah, I got
That's
some
the
sound
single
from
biggest.
Jed Fish on that. Did you hear Fish on that? Here's what Jed said about the third downs.
There was probably we were 1 for 11, and we're probably on all 10 of them was a different breakdown, different issue. You know, a couple of them that I think we converted on the fourth down after that. But for the most part, we just put ourselves in a position that, you know, we either had a protection breakdown, we had a coverage that we weren't expecting. We didn't win on a route. We didn't win. You know, we wound up scrambling around. So it was everything. It was everything.
It was. So the end game run stats also look putrid. 30 rushes for 61 yards. Damon ends up with negative 28 rushing yards because he was sacked 6 times. Damon and I were saying in that first quarter, and Damon made some great throws and scrambled around, and it was, 3-0 or 3-3 in the first, and he's like, man, if Damon goes off today, if you beat the number 1 team in the land and he goes crazy, in this season, Salk, there's not a runaway Heisman at all. There's not. The kid out of Oregon right now leads in the overall odds. The Mateer kid got banged up. He's going to miss a month. Like, if he goes off, and then the Buckeyes just kind of, and I'll give Matt Patricia, a guy that's taken a lot of heat over the course of the last decade of his career or so, as a head coach at Detroit, as an OC in New England. Come on, Bill. Stop dating your 24-year-old. That was ridiculous. But he did a really good job of speeding him up and slowing him down. And you could see it early. Like, yeah, we're going to muddle rush. And we're going to make sure you don't get in rhythm. And you're going to have time to just hop and pat and think, oh, man, this is great. And then we're going to speed you up. And I think they really messed with his clock, and give the Buckeyes a bunch of credit to come into that house, which was absolutely rocking, and take care of business.
All right, there you go. That is today's version of Blue 88.
Bill Belichick made Matt Patricia an offensive coordinator.
Yeah. Was that not a good idea?
That was not a good idea.
How come?
Mac Jones was not a happy camper.
No?
That was not. Oh, that was not.
Not a good fit?
No, not a real good fit.
How come?
I don't know. He spent his lifetime being a defensive coordinator.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Because of that. Yeah.
Well, this guy's a catcher. You know, he
Yeah.
spent his whole life catching, and for sure he can pitch.
Yeah.
Why don't you go out there and pitch?
Yeah. Now you're not supposed to do that?
No.
No, weird.
Little different job.
No.
Little different
Really
job.
strange. I would have assumed something like that would work. All right, Brock. Coming up, I've got a lot of sound from Jerry Dipoto, and I've gotten a ton of texts this morning, so I thought maybe I'd go through it. What is going on with Root Sports? Why has it all happened? Yeah. What does it mean for any Mariner fan moving forward? Let me try to answer some of those questions, because I think I fully understand. I did a lot of digging into it this weekend.
You fully vetted it?
I just wanted to understand it, exactly what it means, both for the people who work there and for us as viewers. And I think I've got answers to that. We've got a lot of Jerry sound, which we can get to now and at 9 o'clock. Confessions coming up. G. Scott coming up. Brock and Salk, AL Sports on 710.
The Mike McDonald Show, the morning after every Seahawks game at 9:30 with Brock and Salk.
How good was Sam Darnold last night?
Oh, he was great. He's awesome, man. He's great. He just so poised, accurate, competes, tough. Great decisions. I mean, I think the cool thing right now that showed up last couple of games is he's ripped it when it's there, and when it's not, he's taking care of the ball. And that's big time, because you love to fight another day, and he's awesome.
Get the podcast on the Seattle Sports app and seattlesports.com.
What if you had the smartest Wi-Fi? If you did, it'd be Xfinity, of course, and it'd come with their best state-of-the-art equipment. It would boost speeds to the devices that need it the most, prioritizing your most important connections, whether you were streaming, gaming, or gaming while pretending to work. And it would let you stream 4 That's right, 4 games on one screen. It would even power your mobile connection so you could bring faster, secure Wi-Fi speeds with you where you use it most. It would be proactive and fix problems before you knew you had them. Impressive, right? And it would have security features that protect you from threats at home and online. Kind of like a force field for your life. If you had the smartest Wi-Fi, well, everything would work together seamlessly to keep you connected, no matter what. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply.
Lowe's knows you've got a job to do, and we help get it done. With the MyLowe's Pro Rewards program, eligible members save more with volume discounts on qualifying orders through a quote of $2,000 or more. Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer can't be combined with any other discount, contract, and/or special pricing. Exclusions, more terms, and restrictions apply. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
With Progressive, it's easy to reach customer service with our app, website, chat, or by phone. Because when getting help is hard, it's not help at all.
A little help. A little help over here.
Thank you for calling Bench Press Assistance.
What?
Due to excessive gym volume, all available spotters are currently lifting heavy weights off the chests of other bench pressers.
Seriously?
Please continue to hold, and we will remove the barbell from your chest in the order in which your cry for help was received.
Getting assistance should be easy. With Progressive, it is. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
For over 113 years, Pacific Lamp and Supply Company has been your #1 lighting specialist in Washington, from the Space Needle in Seattle all the way to the Riverwalk in Spokane. With the largest lighting inventory in Washington, Pacific Lamp's knowledgeable and experienced staff can assist with any lighting issue, including intricate lighting and control designs. Plus, they work with all utilities in Washington to get you the best available lighting rebates. Pacific Lamp and Supply Company, Washington's lighting experts since 1912. Visit pacificlamp.com.
I'm Chris Davis, former King County prosecutor and founder of the Davis Law Group in Seattle. If you've been injured in a crash caused by impaired or drunk drivers, there are special considerations that need to be taken to protect your legal rights. Davis Law Group's team of investigators and lawyers know how to properly investigate DUI crashes and identify all parties who might be legally responsible for your injuries and damages. Call Davis Law Group at 206-888-8888 or get my free book at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
Are you frustrated with those trendy weight loss shots and not getting the long-term results you really want? This is Dr. Ryan Coogan with Eastside Weight Loss, and whether you've hit a plateau, can't handle the side effects, or watch the pounds creep back after stopping, there's a better way. Our program has helped over 4,000 people lose up to 10 to 20% of their body weight in just 8 weeks without expensive injections or uncomfortable side effects. Our doctor-developed program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast. Ready for real lasting results? Visit eastsideweightlossclinic.com now to schedule your free consultation.
Did he just say Eastside Weight Loss Clinic is half the cost and works twice as fast as weight loss injections? Well, if that's not reason enough, you don't risk the scary side effects or gaining the weight back as soon as you stop. Eastside Weight Loss Clinic is natural, and it works.
Many clients lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two, and you can do our program remotely from anywhere you live. Schedule your free consultation at eastsideweightlossclinic.com. That's eastsideweightlossclinic.com.
Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
Hey man, gaining weight, dragging throughout the day, losing your drive? It could be your testosterone. The team at Revive Men's Health Washington gets men back on track with the energy and drive they've been missing. Meet Tyler, Revive Men's Health Director of Operations, and witness to hundreds of success stories.
I've seen guys come in worn out, discouraged, and just not themselves. A few months into treatment, they're standing taller, speaking with more confidence. It's like watching someone come back to life, like a light switch gets turned back on. When a spouse says, "Thank you, I really have my partner back, better than before," that's the moment it all clicks for me, and that's why I do what I do.
Since 2011, Revive Men's Health has helped more than 120,000 men regain their energy and drive. Start your story today with an in-clinic visit or a secure video appointment. Call 206-529-1111 now to book your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation. That's 206-529-1111 or schedule anytime at revivemenshealth.com.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
This hour is brought to you by Trajan Wealth Management.
Get me a freaking auto! From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
Brock Ewert is my hero.
Jay Buhner just punched me in the kidney.
We're going to excuse you on the interview.
Don't really work that way, Sherm. This is a show that has my name on it.
It kind of does, though.
Now, here are your hosts, Brock Ewert and Mike Salk.
Oh, man, fun time to be a Seattle sports fan. Such a good time to be a Seattle sports fan. G. Scott is riding high. He's in good, bubbly mood, and he's going to come in at 8:30 since we missed him on Friday. We'll do some confessions at 9:30 and talk through what that looks like, Brock, as well. A lot of questions I've seen this morning and throughout the weekend about Root Sports and what all this means. Let me try to get to the bottom and tell you guys what I know. I don't know everything about it, but I have talked to some folks, and I think I got a pretty decent sense of what's going on. First of all, Root will go dark. If you haven't heard, Root Sports is ending. It will go dark at the end of the year. So what does that mean? If you were a fan of non-Mariners programming on Root, whether that be infomercials or fishing shows or anything else that they carried. What's that guy who does the interviews? And we were trying to figure out who the guy is. Graham Bensinger? I don't know who that is. But if you were a fan of any of the other things on Root, all of those will disappear. There will be no other programming. That stuff is gone. So if you watched something on Root other than Mariner games, that's going to disappear. If you were only concerned about the Mariners, your life is hardly going to change. That is what I believe is the case in terms of asking around. If you are just a Mariner fan who watches the Mariner games en route, you will have almost no disruption to your life whatsoever. If you watch it on Comcast or DirecTV or Fubo or any of the other large carriers that already have Root Sports, the games will continue to be shown on those carriers with absolutely no change to you other than that station will be dark before pregame. It'll come on for pregame, Mariner game, postgame, and then we'll go dark again. Other than that, your life in terms of watching the team should not change at all. At all.
Because MLB is taking over the broadcast.
Their MLB is taking over the broadcast, which for the most part doesn't mean they're taking over the distribution of it, although I guess they are doing that also. But for the biggest thing it means is that they're taking over the production of it.
Yes.
Which does not really change for us. Now, we're going to get to what it means for the people who work at Root Sports. But for us as viewers, it really is going to mean very little. The games will be produced by MLB, as you just said, which should, I think, be an upgrade in streaming quality for anybody who streams the games on the app or whatever. Like, MLB, invented the streaming process for sports. Like, they were, remember, they sold off that company to HBO. Like, they are the ones who really helped push forward technologically what it means to stream video. So, in theory, if it means anything, it's that the streaming product could be a bit of an upgrade. The Mariners will still be in control of who does play-by-play in color. So from what I've heard, there will not be any major changes to the broadcast team, maybe minor changes, but no major changes, just tweaks. The one exception to that is, perhaps you read yesterday, that Jen Mueller has announced she is moving on. She has chosen not to continue in this new situation. So she's not going to be working for MLB. She has decided to move on and pursue other interests, and we can talk through that as well. But short of that, my understanding is there will be no major changes, only tweaks to the broadcast. So we, again, as fans watching the game, you're probably not going to see a lot of difference in terms of the way the product appears and how you access it this season.
Yeah, I think so much of the emotion and the tears, and rightfully so. And we've said a couple goodbyes, so we said one in Dublin, and we circled back together. And just my instincts and knowing a little bit what I know. It was Angie and it was Brad and it was Jen, just reflecting on 19 years of all the people behind the scenes that you don't see in front of the camera.
Yeah.
That this impacts really significantly.
So let me give you the next part of this story. It's a huge bummer for the employees of Root Sports. Yes. Many of whom will lose their job, only some of whom will be rehired by Major League Baseball. I don't have exact numbers on that for you. My guess is 30 or so people lose their job and a handful to a dozen maybe end up being retained. So yeah, that's obviously a huge bummer for some incredibly talented, dedicated people there who've won a ton of regional Emmys for their coverage over the years and have, I think, done an excellent job with the Root Sports broadcast in general. It's also the reality of the modern media world, right? The death of the RSN media model, which we've discussed for the last, 2-3 years, how that business model was disappearing. And anybody who worked there had to know that this was, at the very least, a possibility. It doesn't make it any less a bummer, but it is definitely, it stinks. If you were doing a great job at Root Sports and winning regional Emmys and putting together an awesome product and love your job, this stinks today. It absolutely stinks. It was also, this is the way the modern media world is going, and the Mariners become, I think, now one of 8 or so teams that will be connected through Major League Baseball. Eventually, the league wants all 30 teams to have a more centrally produced and distributed plan. Now, could this ultimately lead to more carriage? Yeah, it could. I don't know that it will. I don't know if this will get the Mariners on YouTube TV or Hulu. I don't know whether it is going to do that. In theory, I suppose it could. I can tell you it will have zero effect on the audio broadcast. You'll still hear that here on 710. You can still hear it on the Seattle Sports app. Nothing will change with that at all. And it really, for 99% of people, should not change in any way what it means in terms of watching the games. I did get a question from Montana. Hey, my question about Root Sports is, what does this mean for those of us in places like Montana who finally this year didn't have blackouts with the Root Sports stream? And the answer is you should be able to watch via the stream still. Mariners.tv via the MLB TV app. So whatever you were doing before, if it was that should continue to work for people in places like Montana.
Yeah.
Helpful?
Yeah, I think so. And as you said, this is just a third of the league. They're pretty darn close to it. Operates this way. I know my buddy Benetti out there in Detroit, they took it over. And, so what it means is for the Goldie and the booth and all of that, new producers, new directors, how maybe some of those do stay and hang around and have been at Root. But it will be, it'll be a lot of new people behind the scenes. And those that have been there, it was a hard day.
Some texts.
Hard couple weeks.
Should I keep my Root Sports subscription now, or will all the playoff games be on national? All the playoffs games are going to be national. That was going to be the case no matter what. That's always the case. Local TV does not get playoff games. Hasn't in 100 years. Well, maybe not 100, but it's been a while. So that's a no. I really dug that Root was showing Rainier's games. Does that go dark? Yes. Anything other than the Mariner broadcast, if you were watching it on Root Sports, that's gone. Pre-game, post-game, Mariners, that's going to be it. You're just going to get it through essentially a channel that just pops up and then goes away on whatever system you have. If I keep Root Sports, can I watch playoff games? No. I just said that one.
Yep.
A lot of questions. Will all Mariner playoff games be on Seattle Sports with the Mariner broadcast team? Yes, although, again, as you know, we sometimes have these conflicts with the Seahawks. So if there's a conflict, like I'm sure there will be on Sunday, we'll tell you what that looks like and where you can find it. Almost always on AM 770. Sometimes we add one of the Hubbard stations like 98.9 The Bull will pick it up as well. As I've said a few times, the easiest way to listen to any of this is to go through the Seattle Sports app. And I know we're always shilling our app, but it really is important, and in this case, incredibly helpful to have the app. Like it's the best way to be able to listen.
Is it going to be rocking
to everything
Sunday
every day
with the Mariners and Seahawks both down there?
I would imagine Soto's going to be quite a scene. Yes. FYI, Root charged my credit card for another month. Yeah, it is. Root is not done technically until the end of the year. It is not done until the end of so it's still got a couple months left. I don't know what to tell you about cancellation or how that works. I get mine through Fubo, so I don't know what the best way is to do that. I'm sorry. But yeah, it is technically still a channel through the end of the year. It won't be showing anything, though, of great value, and certainly will go away on January 1st. So what about people in Seattle who don't have cable YouTube TV, nor Fubo and watch via the Root app what streaming option we have next year. Well, you can do all that through MLB. And the Mariners, if you remember, created their own app this past year. So you'll be able to watch that. There will be a streaming service available for you to watch and pay directly for the games. You can do that. That is not going to change. If anything, the quality of that product should be better, as I said, with Major League Baseball taking it over. I didn't realize there were 10 full minutes on that, Brock, but I guess there is. It's kind of complicated, right?
Very complicated. Let me just...
Except that it's not. Like, it's complicated, but also, like, as a viewer, your life doesn't change.
Yeah. Let me just end it by saying congratulations to Jen.
Yeah.
I mean, almost 2 decades of doing it. And all of the praise she got from her peers and her teammates and the tears and everything else for all that she does. That gal works really, really hard. She has a passion and a love for this community and for this ball club. And, just throw my flowers and my shout out and my kudos to Jen Mueller for a heck of a run of almost nearly 2 decades. Pretty amazing.
I will echo all of that as well. All right, let's come back. We'll give you guys everything you need to know. G. Scott's going to come by at 8:30 and then a whole lot more after that as well. Hey, let me just add this. I got a text here from a friend with the Mariners. FYI, Aaron Goldsmith added to the postseason radio broadcast with Rick and Gary. I should have mentioned that, yes, because the local announcers won't be, doing their thing on Root or on any other local TV station. Aaron will be in the booth with Rick and Gary, so you'll still get some Aaron Goldsmith in your life. Okay, if you have any other questions, ask Maura. I don't know what to tell you. I'm out. That's all I got for now. It's Brock and Salk. You're home for the first place Mariners and continuing audio coverage of the Mariners, at least for the next few years. Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
It's been 24 years since
the 2001 Western Division champions.
Mariners Nation, you've earned this banner.
There's no better feeling than this. We work so hard each day.
With a first-round bye in the bag, what's ahead for the AL West champion Mariners in the postseason?
It's a lot of great things ahead. I can feel it.
SeattleSports.com has the latest on the scenarios.
We're not done yet. We got a World Series to go get.
This is where you hear your AL West champion Mariners in the playoffs. Seattle Sports.
Let's go! You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com. How can you free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Too many breakup songs getting you down? Put a little bossa nova in the playlist. Sometimes a different way is the better way. Like the SR 509 Expressway near SeaTac. Get a good-to-go pass to save $2 every time you use it, and on other toll roads in Washington.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data-protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber-securing guardians of your information.
With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat-ready with Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Now through November 16th, new Comcast Business customers can get started with 150 megabit internet plus security for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig package. Call today. Restrictions apply. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and auto pay with bank account. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
Tired of uneven heating, noisy systems, and high energy bills? The Quilt Ductless Heat Pump from Home Comfort Alliance gives you room-by-room control and serious savings with every system, and every system qualifies for max tax credits. Call the Comfort People at HomeComfortAlliance.com.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Imagine homes so well designed and so luxurious, they'll be setting the standard for decades. You're imagining a Mainview home. Now imagine a Mainview home on sale, saving $50,000 to $120,000.
Isn't that what Brett and Amy bought?
Yeah, it's a Mainview, and they saved a bundle.
What are you doing?
Looking at the Mainview website. It's now or never.
What's better than a Mainview home? A Mainview home on sale. Mainview communities across the Puget Sound.
Open enrollment for Medicare happens every year, but for a lot of people, it's still confusing. Hi, this is Herb Weisbaum, the Consumer Man. Don't worry, help is on the way with a Medicare Jumpstart Toolkit brought to you by the Insurance Commissioner's Sheba program. Find out what's changing and learn about your options for Medicare with 7 easy steps to get ready for open enrollment. Order your free copy of the Medicare Jumpstart Toolkit at insurance.wa.gov or pick up a copy at your local library or senior center.
Matt Coker here with West Coast Men's Health. In the past 5 years, we've seen thousands of men at our clinics. Most guys tell us the same story, that in their early 50s, it's not that they couldn't function, they just needed help. They started taking Viagra, and it worked great at first. But after a few years, it stopped working. The problem is that their arteries had become more restricted since they started taking it, because Viagra does not unclog arteries. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we use acoustic wave therapy to target the real problem. We break down plaque and clear up the arteries so blood can flow like it did in your 20s. This restores function. And guys, listen to this. You won't have to take a pill anymore. So if this sounds like you, give West Coast Men's Health a call today and see how we can help.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Oh, you want me to talk? I'm sorry. You want things you need to know? I got distracted. Freaking G. Scott, man. That guy just comes in here and you can't get rid of him. Brock, you can't get rid of the man.
And yet you had invited him for 10 minutes from now.
Huge mistake. I'm already regretting that. Lots to get to with the Mariners, Brock. Such a fun season, but it comes to a close on, I guess, a mild down note. I mean, I'm not that concerned about them getting swept by the Dodgers. Maybe even need.
Did that in any way show the depth of the Dodgers roster?
Yeah, the Dodgers are really good.
$300 and something million roster.
Yeah, it's a really good team, and there's a bunch of other really good teams in the National League. You're not going to see any of them until you get to the World Series. So I'm just not going to read that much into it in general. I think there's a lot to be excited about with Julio getting to 30-30, Gino to 49, Naylor to 20-30. Like there's a whole bunch of really cool things that went on. Just and obviously Cal with his 60 home runs,
and George looked great Friday night, right?
Yeah.
I mean, most tangible things that are singularly the most important, like. You know, it looks like he has found, whether it's a new sinker grip or not, like he looks like he's a difference maker. I thought Logan was pretty darn effective. Bryce showed you and kind of confirmed and affirmed that he's got to be in this bullpen, and we'll see what happens in the offseason if that elbow needs to get a little work or whatever. But, yeah, I think there was some kind of positive clarifying moments.
Well, and it may even work out better with Brian Wu potentially not available till Game 3. Maybe then you do pitch him on the road in Game 3 in either Cleveland or Detroit with Logan and either George or Luis going in the first 2 games at home. kind of puts you in pretty good shape, I would think, then moving forward. So that's kind of where the Mariners are at. We kind of went through Astros out, Blue Jays win the East, Red Sox and Yankees in a wild card series, Mets eliminated. That's hilarious. Reds make it on the final day. And then there's going to be scrimmages. We'll talk about that a little bit more, but scrimmages Wednesday and Thursday at T-Mobile Park. If you want tickets, $10 to go watch the team play a couple of 6-inning scrimmages.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Number one, take care of the ball, not throwing interceptions. That's the simplest way I can put it to you. First of all, I owe it to my teammates, really, to go out there and play better. I felt like we had a great week of practice. I felt like the process was there. I felt like, I was feeling good about what I was seeing. The game plan was great. Guys fought their tails off. Guys deserve to get this win, and I let those guys down.
That is Geno Smith, who threw 3 interceptions, and as he often does, took accountability for it afterwards. That's great, but also don't throw 7 interceptions in 4 games.
Yeah. Thumb guy, Salk. He's a thumb guy.
Yeah, it always feels a little like he knows it, and like he's almost.
I will say, man, I don't.
With pride. I don't know.
Maybe you have accelerated this in my viewing. I don't really enjoy watching him anymore. I didn't mind watching him as a Seahawks because he was so accurate. Yes,
hated watching him.
But just the way he walks and the way he moves and
horrendous.
Everything's in the gun. It's just
so
not
awful.
Not that enjoyable.
Just absolutely could not stand
Jenny was enjoyable. He was pretty good.
He's pretty good, yeah, but hard to overcome your quarterback throwing 3 picks in a game like that, and they were not able to. Niners lose at home to Jacksonville. Rams get a little squeak-out win over the Colts. So all 3 teams, along with the Mariners now, or along with the Seahawks, rather, 3-1. Cardinals are 2-2.
Percy Allen was right about you 17 years ago.
He sure was. Yeah, one day I'll figure it all out.
Confusing the Seahawks and Mariners.
Yep. Basically, they're the same thing. I don't even know. Yeah. Ian Rappaport says this weekend, speaking of accuracy, Brock, that teams are monitoring the availability of cornerback Reek Woolen. You think he gets traded? You think
I'd like to see that happen. I'd like to see that happen. There is a position of need around the league. I don't think you're signing Reek Woolen. Now, that's probably the challenge, too, trying to move him, because I think those 31 other teams also know, come on, John.
But if they want him for the rest of this season, then they got to trade for him, because you're not going to cut him this year.
Nope.
So, if you want him now, you got to give up something for it. Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
How about Trey Hendrickson for Reek Woolen?
That sounds fair. I'm in.
You like that deal?
Yeah. By the way, I still want Trey Hendrickson.
I know. You're good on that? You'd sign that off?
Well, yeah, I mean...
then root for the Bengals to lose tonight, right? Okay. And Cincy and Seattle have done some deals in the past.
I don't think that's the deal when it all gets done, but yeah, why couldn't you give him...
Why not?
Well, because you probably got to give up some draft capital in that deal, but okay.
Not if you take on a lot of that contract.
Yeah. So let's go. 3rd-round pick and Reek Woolen
You're not
plus
giving
salary.
up a 3rd-round pick. No,
I do it.
Just take that contract.
Fine. I would do it and give up a pick.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Huskies lose. American Ryder Cup team loses. All right,
Did you think there was a chance?
No.
Is Solo was winning and winning and winning?
Not really.
Winning and winning. And he closed that thing to 2 points with 3 left? And
not really.
No? All right.
Because you needed to win outright. I mean, the best they were going to do was tie, and then you still lose. So,
yeah.
I just thought, this whole thing of getting all upset about the envelope rule and the half point, it's super whiny, isn't it?
Yes.
That's the rule.
Take your medicine. You get your butt kicked the first 2 days. Take your medicine.
Yes.
On our soil, of all things, we let the
you want to
British
hear some
come over here. The British are
Keegan being whiny.
Sure.
I'm surprised he doesn't start and stop this sentence 5 times before starting it again.
I definitely made a mistake on the course setup. I should have listened a little bit more to my intuition, and we for whatever reason that wasn't the right way to set the course up. We didn't expect the greens to be this soft. They were as soft as I've ever seen greens without
soft
it raining.
Is the right
and then,
word, Keegan.
Especially here, it can get pretty firm, and they never firmed up.
Oh, just soft. Are you talking about the greens or your team or your captaincy? Soft is absolutely the right word, Keegan.
You guys, this whole thing was ridiculous back when you explained to me, a month before this actual tournament, how the captaincy worked.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
It's a Ryder Cup. It's been around a while.
Or it's not dumb. It's America. And we let invaders come on our soil and beat us and punch us in the face.
Sure did.
With golf clubs, no less.
But it's okay because the New York fans really handle themselves well. That is everything you need to know. 1/4 every hour here on the Brock and Salk Show.
Oh, we're going to have some fun conversations with you. I kind of like this one coming up.
Oh, man.
It has some local relevancy. It has some Gen Z to it. I think he got to hang, if I'm right. Did you watch the reset? Did you see him and JSN and JSN's brother?
Yeah. Kanan. Yeah, the whole deal. They're all together. Yeah, it's Monday. I think we need to kind of get people. I don't feel enough excitement today from people. So maybe a little energy boost with G. Scott next on Brock and Salk.
Bump and Stacy.
The Seahawks are 3-1.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
This defense looks amazing. I know that they did not continue that streak of holding opponents to 17 or fewer, but they held them to 20. And importantly, essentially the Cardinals had 1-2 solid drives the entire game, like objectively good drives. The rest of it, they were completely shut down.
Only on Seattle Sports on 710. Seattle Sports on YouTube and the Seattle Sports app.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hey, it's Kirk Herbstreit. On game day, great prep makes all the difference. Same goes for your pizza. That's why I go with Frigidaire Stone-Baked Pizza Oven. Fresh pizzas go from dough to done in just 2 minutes.
Whether you're throwing a party or squeezing in dinner between plays, this oven delivers hot, crispy, restaurant-quality pizza right from your kitchen. Only from Frigidaire. Game-ready pizza. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
What if you had the smartest Wi-Fi? If you did, it'd be Xfinity, of course, and it'd come with their best state-of-the-art equipment. It would boost speeds to the devices that need it the most, prioritizing your most important connections, whether you were streaming, gaming, or gaming while pretending to work. And it would let you stream 4. That's right, 4 games on one screen. It would even power your mobile connection so you could bring faster, secure Wi-Fi speeds with you where you use it most. It would be proactive and fix problems before you knew you had them. Impressive, right? And it would have security features that protect you from threats at home and online. Kind of like a force field for your life. If you had the smartest Wi-Fi, well, everything would work together seamlessly to keep you connected, no matter what. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply.
At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, we perform an 18-point maintenance check with every oil change to help make sure you're good to go.
And?
Yeah, you're good to go.
Huh. Wonder why the dealership isn't that easy.
Well, we'd let you know if we found something in our check.
Oh, great. That was easy.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Quick, thorough, and honest, come with no charge.
For over 113 years, Pacific Lamp and Supply Company has been your #1 lighting specialist in Washington, from the Space Needle in Seattle all the way to the Riverwalk in Spokane. With the largest lighting inventory in Washington, Pacific Lamp's knowledgeable and experienced staff can assist with any lighting issue, including intricate lighting and control designs. Plus, they work with all utilities in Washington to get you the best available lighting rebates. Pacific Lamp and Supply Company, Washington's lighting experts since 1912. Visit pacificlamp.com.
Seattle Sports has your chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks game Sunday, October 5th. Head to the Seattle Sports app, click the Win tab in the bottom right corner, and enter to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter through the Seattle Sports app, the better your odds. Do it every day, September 23rd through September 29th. Details and rules at seattlesports.com/win. From the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports. Home of your American League West Division champion Mariners, Seattle Sports.
And now, Tales of Another Way. You've got your same old playlist, but another song about a breakup is just a downer. 2 minutes in your music app, and now you're groovin', man. Sometimes another way is the better way, like the new SR 509 Expressway, the alternate route that'll help manage congestion on I-5 and other local roads. It's tolling now, and you can save $2 per toll with a Good-to-Go pass. Get a free sticker pass at goodtogo509.com.
When the weather changes, your home shouldn't be the one left unprepared. Hi, I'm Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors here. We offer the strongest solutions in roofing, siding, decking, windows, and gutters, made for the Pacific Northwest. And right now, get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 24 months or up to $3,000 off your next project. No gimmicks, no stress, just reliability you can count on. Visit stateroofing.com or call 866-ROOF-ROOF to schedule your free estimate today.
Roofing, the best roof you'll ever need.
When it comes to the security of your business, doubts can creep in about who you're trusting to protect it. Are they a reliable service? How will I know if something happens? Are they keeping everyone safe? At Bay Alarm, we got you. For nearly 80 years, we've been putting our customers' minds at ease with our advanced technology and personalized support. Feeling insecure about your current security service? Visit bayalarm.com today to talk to a local security expert.
Toyota of Renton is in the playoff chase with game-winning deals on your next ride. Score a 36-month lease on the Tacoma at $279 a month with $39.99 due at signing. The RAV4 leasing at $299 a month with $39.99 due at signing. Drive smarter with the all-hybrid Camry leasing as low as $299 a month or the Corolla from just $219. Whether you're gearing up for the fall or chasing savings, Toyota of Renton is the place to go. Visit toyotaofrenton.com and get in the playoff chase today. Offers valid through September 30th, 2025. Excludes tax, title, license, dealer accessories, and $200 negotiable documentation fee. Model 7540-4432-2559-1852.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Wait, on a Monday? What? We're doing this on a Monday?
Come on now.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, we missed it on Friday, so we're doing it on a Monday. We're contractually obligated, Brock. There's nothing we can do.
It's in the contract.
It's in the contract.
Is
We
this
have to have
segment
him here.
sponsored by the Reset? Is that why?
Yeah, I think it is.
Let me tell y'all something. Your boy ain't got no sponsors. That's why I'm broke. Reset ain't got no sponsors.
No, you broke because of how much money you spent on your clothes,
I was going to say the same thing.
Hey,
seriously.
Hey, do you get this shirt, Brock? Can you see the shirt?
What does it say?
Do you get it?
Let's say, I'm what Willis is talking about.
That's what you talking about, Willis? Different strokes for different folks. Heck yeah.
What's happening?
You don't think Brock's could relate to Mr. Drummond?
No, actually, no. So, and looking back, there's some creepy stuff in some of them 80s sitcoms.
Yeah, maybe.
Just like there's some creepy lyrics in them 80 rock songs.
Yeah, that's probably true. He did a nice job with those kids, though. He taught them some lessons, and they learned about
Willis?
smoking and stuff.
What was her name?
Stranger
Kimberly?
danger.
Kimberly?
Yeah, Kimberly.
Hey, Kimberly was fine.
Wow,
Hey,
she
matter
has
of
some
fact-
big problems.
Matter of fact, I think, you know what I'm saying? Kimberly, I like Kimberly early. That's why I had, there's some of the decisions I made in life. Because I like Kimberly too early in life.
They're all Kimberly related.
Punky Brewster was my favorite too, back in the day.
Soleil Moon Fry.
Yeah.
Sure.
There you go.
Who was your girl? You liked the Wonder Years girl, didn't you, son?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Winnie Cooper. Yeah.
But hey,
that's a pretty big
now,
childhood crush.
Brock, I bet you like Thelma from Good Times, didn't you? You know you like Thelma. And you was mad at Keith, the football player, when he came to the... Okay.
All right, that's enough 80s sitcom conversation.
By the way, it's Monday.
Lyle thinks we're insane. He thinks we're making up all of those names and has no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah.
How are you doing today?
I'm good, man. Everything is good. It's a Monday.
I see you stole one of our Mariner hats right off the bat. We got
to.
some nice hats in, and G walks in and just grabs one, walks away.
You said my man Cam came through, pulled up, dropped off y'all some stuff right here.
You like that hat?
Man. AL West Champs 2025. Come on, Mariners. Y'all making boy look good.
You saying G didn't play a role in that song? Remember, every time there was a tough little turn in the season, what did they do? Put G right down the good seats.
Absolutely.
Put G right in the good seats.
Hey, look
good
here.
luck charm.
Mariners already know. Undefeated, baby.
Undefeated when you go?
Yeah, man, got
Those
to
20 games? 20, 25?
Hey, man,
What'd
that's
you buy that? 25?
Yeah, there's no reason to get into details here, Brock. Wait, what are they going to do on Sunday? What are they going to do with the time for the game? Lyle, do we know anything about the times for the game? So you were looking at what the potential times could be, right, for the weekend? Saturday's not a big problem, but what are the possible? Because the Seahawks play at, 1:30 on Sunday? So what are they going to do?
That I don't know. I'm guessing they just pushed the Seahawks back an hour or an hour and a half.
No.
I don't know. The NFL doesn't really do that.
No, they put the Mariners at night, right? What would be the risk in the other market?
There's no way.
Boston's nowhere near the Patriots. Yankees nowhere near the Patriots.
Yeah, I think there's
Toronto,
no way.
no NFL team. They put the Mariners
No,
at night.
I think there's no way Major League Baseball does that. They're putting the Phillies and the Dodgers at the nighttime slot, and Red Sox / Yankees and Blue Jays are going at 6 Eastern.
I mean, look, let's make this easy. Let's watch the Seahawks and Buccaneers on Sunday night football because ain't gonna be no tight end, baby. You know what I mean?
I don't think
Let's
they
do
can.
that.
I don't think they can
can't flex
change
this
that.
early. No, can't flex this
You
early.
can flex whenever you want, Brock.
You sure?
You can flex whenever you want.
I don't think. I also don't know that they could make that determination. Well, I guess feels like it'd be too late though for them to make that determination.
Oh, go ahead.
The reason I floated out the Seahawks will just get pushed an hour and a half back is because I think that's what was going to happen in 2022 had the Mariners won Game 3 against the Astros. They were going to have that same conflict, and I'm pretty sure they said the Seahawks were going to get
Schefter
pushed
said
an
the
hour back.
Seahawks kickoff time could be pushed back.
So the kick off at like 3:30?
Weird.
I mean, even that though doesn't really solve the problem. So if the Mariners play at like what, noon, 1 o'clock, like you still have everybody in the garages, and I don't
Do
know.
you want a really funny quick story? I think it's funny. Maybe it's not that funny. Years ago when I was working in real estate, when I was in between starting my media stuff, I worked for a real estate company down there that happened to do a lot of work in Soto and a lot of relationships. And do you know that in 2005, the run to the Super Bowl, the Seahawks ended up playing the NFC Championship game? And the boat show, everyone loves the boat show. The boat show, and their people legitimately said to the Seahawks, well, just move your game. We can't move the boat show. Just move your game to Husky Stadium or play it somewhere else. Actually, the boat show, that's not how this is going to work. Buddy.
Actually,
sorry.
no.
So apparently in Schefter's article, there was a time frame. They said it could be pushed back anywhere from 90 to 150 minutes.
Wow. Interesting.
So 150 minutes would be 2.5 hours, right? So
Right.
if it was a 1:30 game, maybe you move it to but even 4 o'clock. That could work, I guess. That'd be, man, what a day down in Soto, G. What a day with Mariner postseason Game 2 ALDS and then a 3-1 Seahawks team taking on a 3-1 Bucks team.
But wait a minute.
Baker Mayfield?
You get it. Don't bury the lead. This is also the celebration of the top 50 Seahawk players.
Yes, true.
This weekend. Yeah, a lot of folks coming in town. I can't wait to see when people, they got the celebration. So this Sunday at Lumen Field, it's going down like 4
Russ
flat
coming
tires.
to town? Will Russ come in for that?
I mean, he can. He's free.
Not free yet.
Ain't nobody trying to throw a dart at him or nothing. You know what I mean? Like, he's free.
So
He'll be in, pull up.
come on now. That's just that's a cheap shot.
I didn't say not one thing about 7 interceptions in 4 games. Not one time did I say anything about that.
I did that. I did that. I don't think Gino's on the top 50 Seahawks list, though. I don't think he quite cracked that group. Hey, I want to ask you about this Cam Ward stuff. I want to ask you about where the Seahawks are at after Friday. I know you got the reset, and you did some cool stuff for the reset. I have a little sound from the reset today.
Awesome.
G's the only guest we have who brings his own sound. Here is a little piece from the reset.
My guest today is more than a wide receiver. You talking about somebody who is a symbol of grit, grace, and greatness. The pride of Rockwall. I call him the best in the world. What's up, nephew?
What's up, man?
It's good to have you.
Thank you.
Now,
Great intro. Appreciate it.
Of course, I call you the best in the world, and I say all these things about you, but I'm genuinely proud of you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not just talking about the Jackson on the field. I'm talking about the Jackson, the man that you're becoming off the field.
Get deep in a hurry.
My goodness.
Do you have any concern
Rick
telling a
Grayson,
pro
what?
athlete that you're proud of him?
No.
Okay.
How about calling him your nephew?
I mean, not at all. Well, first of all, listen, I have zero problem sounding like the rest in this game. You see what I'm saying? I'm me, Mike Salk's you. Nobody can sound like Mike Salk.
True.
Nobody can sound like Brock Hewitt.
Nobody would want to.
You know what I mean? Like, everybody does their own thing. So I would say when this interview comes out at 5 o'clock tomorrow on Tuesday, you're probably not going to hear a lot about stats and touchdowns and receptions on the field. You will learn a lot about Jackson off the field, right? You'll hear about what happened and how he came to be. You'll hear about his support group, who keeps him going, why he does what he does. You will hear about 0 targets in the first half of that Arizona game and what he did coming out into the second half. You'll hear that one.
Can we get a little sneak peek on that part? What did he do?
No, the sound he brought was him introducing himself.
I don't want sound of G. I want sound of Jackson. I want to hear kind of, give us a little teaser. What do you do?
Change his shoes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Hey. Change his shoes.
Ah.
But here's the thing, though.
I was not expecting that answer, to be honest with you.
There's a lot of people, your athletes, maybe your parents and family of athletes, you played basketball. You don't come to basketball games. You don't come to football games with just one set of cleats. Oh, no. You come in with about 3-4 pair of them, right? You come in there because you got a feeling. So if in the first quarter or in the first half, something didn't go right, you switch them things up.
Really?
And let me tell you something. In sports, there's a lot of superstition in sports. A lot.
Did you do that when you were a kid?
Come on, man. What? A lot of superstition, baby. By the way, especially in my household, don't put your mama purse on the floor. Superstition. Don't open the umbrella in the house.
So you would bring so you go to a basketball game and you'd bring like 3 pairs of shoes?
Yes.
You had 3 pairs of basketball shoes?
I couldn't afford that.
I had one.
Right, okay, let's move to top.
I had one.
I knew I was falling into a trap. You know what?
So he grew up in a different place.
I'm not
He's on the
pretending
bluffs.
to have been poor growing up. I was not.
He grew up on the bluffs. I grew up in the valley. I grew up by the Puyallup Fair.
I was not.
I had hand-me-down shoes.
I
had
want everybody to know. Listen, y'all, listen. Mike Salk is really good at this game.
I'm not.
No.
I'm just curious.
When you guys hear him talk, listen, you might hear him ask Coach Mike McDonald a question. You hear a question. Listen, I'm telling you, Mike Salk will ask a question in minute number 1 for a setup for something else that's going to happen. Salk,
I would never do that.
You know exactly.
Honestly, I'm impressed. I am not pretending to have I grew up in a very comfortable household, and if I had asked my mom for a second pair of basketball shoes while I had one already, she would have looked at me like I was flat out insane. It never would have happened. I'm impressed. Because we could have afforded it, and my mom would have been like, absolutely not, no way are you getting a second pair of cleats, a second pair of basketball shoes, anything like that. That's hilarious. Good on you. Good on you. I'm impressed.
I'd say that's cheek, so we ain't doing that. Kind of like Cam Ward did.
Yeah, my mom says that all the time.
Oh, what did Cam Ward say, y'all?
Ooh,
what Cam Ward talking about?
Well, his team's bad, which, isn't that surprising? They had the number 1 pick in the draft last year.
Okay.
And he's pretty honest about it.
I mean, we keeping the buck right now. We ass. So we 0-4. We have.
Wait.
At this point, we got nothing to lose. We dropped a quarter of our games, and we've yet to do anything. So we have to lock in.
Wait, what? Wait, no. That's
Hold
not.
on. Was that AI?
Is that AI Salk?
Is that AI?
No, he
How
didn't
would
say
I know
that.
if it's AI?
He didn't say that.
Lyle Moore, is that AI?
AI? Do we get NFL sent held?
No.
That's real?
It's real.
Real, G. He said they're cheeks. What do you think? Problem?
Yeah.
Why?
Big problem.
Why?
You're the quarterback. You're the CEO. You're the face of this team. You got the owner. You got the president. You got the GM. You got the head coach. And you got the quarterback. You can't do that. As a matter of fact, I don't think Cam Ward will ever live that down. As the quarterback of a team, they have to come to you, look at you a certain type of way. You know what? Let me just take the Seattle Seahawks right now. What I noticed in that interview with Jackson, we talk a lot about this. When I look at the Seattle Seahawks, I look at 2 players on that offense that are extremely important. Sam Darnold, professional. Cooper Kupp, professional. And if you guys don't think that these young guns on that offense don't look at the Sam Darnolds and the Cooper Kupps on the world, if you don't think that a Cooper Kupp being in that wide receiver room is so important for JSN, so important. He actually talks about that. When you are a quarterback and you do that and you call your team cheeks like that, it's over. You got grown men in there. And I'm going to tell you, and Brock, you know better than I know. You know the D-line ain't playing that, bruh. You know. Every NFL team, every college team, the defensive line holds court in locker rooms. The defensive line is the ruler, period. Big Red, all of them. Y'all think y'all talk about the Sherms and everybody like that? Let me tell y'all something. The D-line don't play no games. That D-line on that team is going to really give it to Cam Ward.
Mm-hmm. Well, they already had a little spat in training camp. Remember him and Simmons got in a little mini brouhaha. It's interesting, G. A huge part of me wants to echo everything you just said. And then there's a part of me that realizes this generation, Salk and I talk about it a lot, right? This generation, Lyle's generation, they be different sometimes. And I wonder if some of those guys are like, yes, Cam, thank you. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for voicing it in a way that relates to those Gen Zers in that locker room. Why you laughing, Salk? They be different like that? The way I said it?
No, Brock.
What?
No.
What?
What happened?
What did I say now?
What happened?
Oh, gosh.
I missed. No, Brock, I missed it too, bruh. Look, I was with
I
you,
said something
fam.
sexual? Did I say something sexual? What?
Bruh.
Goodness.
Brock saying this generation, they be different is hilariously funny. I'm sorry.
I tried to be like the generation, Salk.
Was that what you were trying to be like? I don't
exactly
know.
what I tried to relate to.
For whatever reason, it struck me funny.
Okay,
I don't know that it in any way devalues the point, though. I don't know. Gee, I know your reaction is everyone's going to be mad about that. I don't know. I'm not saying you're wrong. You might be right. I don't know how they're going to react. They have been. He's not wrong. He's saying they've been terrible. They have been terrible. They're a bad team.
But it feels divisive.
Maybe, or maybe it's saying, hey, look, we need to all own this together.
Even if that is how the kids do it a little bit more than the Cooper Kupp's era, gosh, I don't know, to G's point, how that's not divisive. To your old linemen who are laying their butts on the line.
I'm not
to the running backs who are
be.
Taking collisions, to the D-line that's playing their butt off, to the scouts,
we're getting
to the
spanked,
GM.
and let's all admit that it's not been good enough. That we're not good enough right now. We got to be better.
Hey,
I don't know. I'm not saying you're wrong, Brock. You may very well. You guys could be right.
This might.
I don't know that.
I can say that. Brock, Salk, we can say that. We're just some yo-yos on radio and podcasts and all that stuff. We can say that.
But I guess you don't know what's going on in that locker room, right? Maybe they're acting all entitled. Maybe they got a group of guys that have all eaten the big meal and think they can just hang out and not work hard, and Cam's trying to be a voice for change. That's possible. It's also possible that he has no freaking idea what he's doing and that this is a total mess. I'm not devaluing your point. You guys could be absolutely right. But I think from 2,000 miles away, it's a little hard for me to look at it and say that's definitely not going to work. It might work great.
Those words will never be forgotten. And I got one for you. I got one for you.
That's weird to me.
Okay, I've got one for you that was something that was said, and watch how you perk up. You guys remember after that Bears game in 2009? You know where I'm going with this?
Jordan Babineau game?
No, you guys remember when they talked about the kicker? You remember when the coach talked bad about the kicker?
But that was about one person, not about the whole team.
You can't do and those words stayed with him and will stay with Jim Moore forever when he talked bad about the kicker after that Bears game. Kids are doing this. Kids can't win championships. You don't win with that. Yeah, maybe I'm old school. Call me. And maybe, hey, Cam Ward, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I would say that you have set your team up on a course to lose at least another 8-9 games.
No excuses for those. If you're a kicker in the National Football League, you should make those kicks. Bottom line. End of story, period. No excuses, no win, doesn't matter. Got to make those kicks. Especially in a game like this, where you're kicking and scratching and fighting and playing your tail off and you miss those kicks, not acceptable.
You can't do that.
Oh, some of the stuff behind the scenes in the locker room. I got a story I can't share right now. I so badly want to share it.
I like what
that
you
was
said.
nothing compared to what was said in the locker room by that guy.
In the locker room, though. That's in the locker room. And Salk, to your point, I hear what you're saying. And maybe we're just old school. Maybe I'm old school and not used to hearing quarterbacks talk that way. But here's something that I can speak on for sure. If you are a quarterback, I don't care how good you are on the field, you can throw the ball talent-wise. If you're not grooving and you're not being looked at as a leader in that locker room, it don't work, baby. It don't work.
I totally agree with you. I'm not. Believe me, I have no disagreement. I just don't know whether this is what that team needs right now, and it's possible that this is the thing that ends up kind of galvanizing them.
I want to
or it's going to be a total disaster, and you're absolutely right, and the team falls apart at the seams.
I want to give some love to Russell Wilson, because I know sometimes that
he's having a hard week.
He's having a hard, but one of the things that made Russell special here is how he carried himself when that microphone was on. No matter what was happening in the locker room, what was being said amongst the team, every time Russell got up there and we talked about, it seemed like he was saying the same things every day. Matter of fact, the people that are most successful in life say and do the same things every single day. They eat the same thing. They work out the same.
Right, so let me, just because we only have a few minutes left, and I want to make sure we spin this back here to the Seahawks, who won on Thursday and are now 3-1. What are you seeing there? I mean, let's start with Sam Darnold, who he sure does seem to, A, he's playing really good football, and B, he sure seems to bring out some respect and some real leadership quality. I think they really have been evident in the first 4 games.
Can anybody think of anything profound that Sam Darnold has said this season?
No.
My man in there handling business right now. My man, he turned
He's wearing them flannels, G. You called it in his press conference.
You know what I mean? Like,
he's just one of the guys. He's normal. He's a normal dude.
And there you go.
Is that enough?
Yes. What you just said, you have right now this Seahawks team, 3-1. They're all just one of the guys. They are all playing as teammates. There are no individuals on this team. As a matter of fact, right now, nobody can come up with any sound bite that anything that these guys have said. Nobody's got anything crazy.
Now, I did assign homework to our audience on Friday. I don't know if you know about this.
Okay, what'd you say?
And I wonder if you would be willing to complete this homework assignment by the time you come back, maybe on Friday.
Okay. Oh, I'm coming back on Friday?
I don't know. We'll see. Twice in a week could just be too much for us. We'll have to see how these last 3 minutes go. Would you please complete the homework assignment of finding someone you know and talking to them about how good Leonard Williams is? Because we're not talking about it enough.
I mean, I think after that Pro Bowl snub last year, I think that if Leonard Williams was playing this way in any other city east of the Mississippi, he would be a national commercials. And the thing about Leonard Williams is that he's only getting better, which is odd and weird. And as a matter of fact, I think what's happening is maybe the reason why most people, he doesn't really get talked about on the national stage as much is because he is defying all of their expert logic and wisdom. Let me raise my hand. Did I think that Leonard Williams would play like this last year and even into this year? No. I don't know. I mean, how could you? How could you think that this dude would still be this good? He is defying logic. It's almost like a 39-year-old Calais Campbell. Like, bro, why are you still playing?
You see him run off the field the other day? That man's back is wrecked, but he don't care. He runs like I do at 49. I maybe even run worse than that, but that dude's got an engine, and so does Leonard. Can I ask you this, G? 30 minutes from now, we're going to do something we haven't done in years. And would you say you put Confessions on the map? Would you say that was, of all the things you've done at this building over the last decade plus, would you say Confessions has been your calling card?
No, it was Usher.
You're going to give credit to Usher?
I'll give credit to
You
Usher.
don't want to take the credit yourself?
No.
It's not like you.
That, and I also don't want Salk to get an email.
It's not like you. I mean, like, usually you're willing to take credit for things.
Yeah.
No?
You got anything in your life to confess before we do it with the Mariners in 30 minutes? You got anything else you want to confess? You didn't think Leonard could be this good?
Oh, okay.
You thought Father Time was going to jump on his back like it has Calais?
Can we confess? Okay, this is a safe space.
No.
Take us out with No, don't
It's not
confess.
a safe space.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's safe.
Safe for you, maybe.
Not only didn't think Leonard Williams would be this good, I didn't think Sam Darnold would be this good. Also,
that's not the clean version song.
What?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
I thought this was a safe.
It
safe
is.
way.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It
Go
is,
ahead.
but
Yeah,
we got
it's
to play
very
the
safe.
clean version
Yeah.
of that.
Oh, y'all.
You didn't do anything wrong. Don't worry about it.
Okay, and one more thing. After the first 4 games of this season, home against the Niners, away against the Steelers, back at the crib against the Saints, and away on Thursday night, considering last year we saw them lose 3 games in 11 days, these dudes turned around and won 3 games in 11 days.
You were a little concerned.
Concerned? I was telling Brock off the air, there's no way. So right now, the Seahawks being 3-1, and by the way, I am super Seahawks. Oh, I love the Seahawks. I did not think they'd be 3-1. Not only did I not think they'd be 3-1, I didn't think that they'd be 3-1 in the fashion that they are. Them boys can play ball.
Well, G, thank you for
What voice
confessing
did
your
he go to?
sins.
Did he just go to Salk's delegation voice?
Who knows?
What voice was that?
It's hard to say.
Hey, that voice gets me paid more money. Ain't that right, boss lady? I know you listen.
And Brock, I don't think you want to be talking about changing voices over the course of this segment. We'll be right back with a voice who I've already apologized to once today, next on Brock and Salk.
Wyman and Bob, every afternoon at 2.
It's an interesting game, Dave, in Arizona, as it always is. It looked really one-sided. It looked like they were going to blow the doors off this Cardinals team. I mean, it was a tale of 3 quarters and 1 quarter.
Honestly, before the game, I was like, this could be a blowout. And it was headed that way. But then they just kind of let them back in. So, yeah, there were some things to not like there. But on the road against an NFC West opponent, I thought it was a good, solid win.
Only on Seattle Sports and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and, of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here for my friends at PCF Construction. You know, it was a couple years ago. We were seeking a complete outdoor living space. Molly wanted a new deck. She wanted to really make our outdoor space pop. And boy, am I glad we called PCF. Why? Because whether it's a very specific project or outdoor living, like an underdeck ceiling, deck, patio cover, railings, PCF has you completely covered. You know, Molly's an interior designer. She knows construction. She knows attention to detail. And PCF, they checked every single box along the way. And right now is the time to make the call. Up to $6,000 off your project, plus no payments and no interest until 2027. And you can save an extra $1,500 when you bundle your deck with a patio cover. Find all the offer details, get project ideas, and browse photos at pcfgroup.com or simply call today at 425-629-8476. That's 425-629-8476. PCFgroup.com.
Your new beginning starts now. D.R. Horton has new construction homes available throughout the greater Seattle area. With spacious floor plans, flexible living spaces, and home technology packages, you can enjoy more cozy moments and sweet memories in your beautiful new home. With new home communities opening throughout the Seattle area, D.R. Horton has the ideal home for you. Visit drhorton.com to learn more. D.R. Horton, America's builder. An equal housing opportunity builder.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
This is for all you guys on Viagra. ED pills are no longer needed. The brutal side effects like 4-hour headaches, blurred vision, and that flush feeling can all be put behind you with our treatment. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we have a better approach to ED. Acoustic wave therapy creates blood flow circulation by safely removing the plaque in your arteries and restoring function naturally. Guys, let me be clear. Pills will never fix your problem. Our equipment is the latest technology, and our medical staff is the best in the industry. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today. It's not just about better health, it's about a better life.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
A 15-year-old girl who chewed through a rope to escape a serial killer.
I used my front teeth to saw on the rope in my mouth.
The killer prowled the Pacific Northwest in the early 70s. He's been convicted of murdering 2 young women, but suspected of many more.
Maybe there's another one in that area.
Follow Stolen Voices of Dole Valley now, so you don't miss an episode.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
Get his freaking auto!
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Brock and Salk on Seattle Sports.
I don't read the internet, guys.
Take the bull by the hands.
And Brooke, you are. And Brooke, you are.
Now here are your hosts, Brock Heward and Mike Salk.
All right, we're going to do confessions coming up in 30 minutes at 9 o'clock. If you have anything you would like to confess, anything you said that you would like to take back, anything you regret, any emotional reaction or outburst you had over the course of the baseball season that you now look at and say, boy, did I blow that? We'll open the phone lines at 9:30. Let me be clear. You do not need to call. You do not need to confess anything. You do not need to say anything. If that makes you uncomfortable, that's fine. Mm-hmm. I thought it would be cathartic for me. I have things that I would like to confess, mistakes that I feel I've made and thoughts that I had over the course of the year. Brock, I think you feel similarly to me. If not, I have some text messages that I'm sure I could, show that I think that we can go through some places where we were wrong. And I think that's helpful to do over the course of a baseball season. So we'll do that. Jerry Dipoto will be a focus of some of that because I think I was very critical of some of Jerry's moves and decisions over the last year. He spoke yesterday, Brock, I think on MLB Network, and I got some cuts.
These are actually just, I think,
just from
pregame yesterday.
Pregame. I'm sorry, my bad.
So it's from a podcast a month ago. Don't worry.
No, this is from pregame yesterday. I'm sorry. Here is some sound of Jerry.
162 games. There's always pain. There's always a little bit of a dip and a roller coaster ride. But I thought, by and large, we were fortunate enough to stay mostly healthy, and our pitching at the end started to come together in a way that we're used to it coming together. And, by the end, we were clicking on all cylinders, which is, not super common when you're hitting in every facet of the game. But we did it, and I'm so proud of the guys for what they accomplished.
They did. And actually, from a pitching standpoint, they had more injuries than they've had in the last 5 years. I mean, you lose most of your rotation at some point over the course of the season. Obviously, Wu was an absolute rock, and Luis was an absolute rock, but the rest of it was a lot of moving pieces in that starting rotation, which is not uncommon. I mean, it's not like, oh my gosh, they got hit by an injury bug. They were just so healthy the previous couple years, and they had to overcome it. And they've got more depth. They've got more. This is we've talked about this going into the season. It came to life over the course of the season. This is a fully bloomed culture from the Modesto Nuts all the way up to the Seattle Mariners and everything in between.
Yeah, and it's taken a while to do that. Remember all the conversations we had about that? Of, hey, Scott Service is being asked to change a culture, all while the team at the big league level is rebuilding and the challenges around that. And he took it to a certain point, and I'm not sitting here saying that Scott deserves all of the credit. He gets a little. Jerry gets a lot of it. Justin did a lot of this. Andy McKay and other people in the farm system. Is it Justin O'Toole now? And the people who did the drafting. And there's a million people that go into all of that, Brock.
Yep.
It came to fruition, you're right. And being fully formed, not just in terms of culture, but in terms of talent up and down the organization. It takes more. What is it? We've been talking about it with the Seahawks, the Ready Squad. Mm-hmm. You know what the Mariners had this year? A Ready Squad.
Yep. They
never really had that before. They had an actual Ready Squad. Dom Canzone turned out to, be really good. And Ben Williamson was absolutely necessary this year, and Cole Young, and Logan Evans, and Emerson Hancock. I mean, like, we could go on for a while. They actually had a ready squad this year, just like we've talked about with the Seahawks, that were able to come up and help the team this year.
And
now,
hard to imagine that they would be here, and hard to imagine they win 90 games without those guys being ready.
Oh, I totally agree. Now, what was the biggest thing that helped them this year? Probably this.
He turned himself into a superstar, and the world got to see it. And, you know, he is now maybe one of the faces of Major League Baseball, and that's a remarkable thing to have happened. It wasn't just its impact on the Mariners. I think it was globally on the sport, and, you know, his popularity worldwide. When we get off the bus, anywhere we go, it's a frenzy of fans yelling for Cal, and it's fascinating that you know, prior to this, he was kind of a, you know, an under the radar platinum glove winning 35 homer hitting catcher that resided in the Pacific Northwest. Now he's an international star.
Now you can't look at a honey bucket without thinking about him. Or at least
I'm sorry, I
maybe
can't
me.
look at a honey bucket without thinking about that time I had to vomit in one of the lowest moments of my life.
Can't think about it when my glasses fell into the toilet.
Ugh.
Do I reach in or not?
No, just let that thing go. He's right. What's the biggest difference this year? There have been a lot of them. The biggest is Cal turned himself into a superstar. How many years have we said that, you know, you got to have a superstar in order to really go places in baseball? And Cal is a legitimate one. Whether he ends up winning the MVP or not, he's
about
a
needing
superstar.
stars. How many times have we clamor about needing stars?
You just need them.
Are we void of stars? Is our market void of stars? Well, Julio is a star, and Cal is a really bright, shining star.
That's for sure.
And one of the biggest in baseball.
I like this one. The lineup also got a lot better this year, a lot more consistent, a lot deeper since the trade deadline. Jerry was asked what this lineup has that it didn't have a few years ago when they made the postseason in 2022.
Now we have power up and down the lineup. We have speed up and down the lineup. We have on-base presence up and down the lineup. And we didn't have that then. You know, this is a much deeper lineup. I think one of the more, you know, complete lineups, and certainly in the American League. We don't get to see the National League quite as much, but I'm biased. I think it's as deep as anybody's lineup in baseball. And you know, the fact that we can beat you with power, we can beat you with speed, and we can still do the little things. You know, there are a lot of guys in our lineup that are proficient in getting the guy over, figuring out how to get him in. And while this hadn't been a great year for us with hitting with runners in scoring position, I think we hopped over that hump in the last 3 weeks or so and just kind of broke out of it. But we can beat you in a lot of ways. And I think the way you win in the postseason is you pitch, you finish games, and hit the ball out of the ballpark. And we can do those things.
They can. I would say, kind of like going in the Ohio State game, that sacks would be the biggest number for me with DeMond, and it was a huge factor. I do think, and against better competition, it really does show itself up. You got to do it with runners scoring position. In 162 games, that was the one. As you kind of look at the whole total, like that's the one that outlier really. Because home runs, top of the league, on base percentage, slug, you know, so many of the other things you did well. Strikeout percentage, way better on base. But yeah, that hitting when those guys are in position, I think will be key. By the way, just looking at some numbers here, how many games did Naylor play for the Mariners? Did you look at this?
I'm gonna guess 52.
Pretty close. Yeah, played exactly 1/3 of the season, 54 games, 2.2 WAR in those 54 games.
Amazing, huh?
He was a 6.5 WAR player. That addition
as a Mariner.
As a Mariner, yes, as a Mariner.
Unbelievable.
Yep, just incredible. 2.2. So you know, multiply it by 3. He was right there with Julio as far as a star and impact player. And kind of hard, honestly, to imagine that they would be a 90-win team without him. Jerry, they were scuffling, you know, trying to put things together at first over the first 100-something games, and a little Luke Raley and a little Solano and a little of this, and obviously a little Rowdy Tellez, and a little bit of a lot of parts.
A little Jorge Polanco, a lot of Jorge Polanco, even more Jorge Polanco. Yeah, there's a lot. We will do some formal confessing coming up here in about 20 minutes at 9:30. If you would like to call up and confess, 866-979-3776 is the phone number. You won't be alone. Brock and I are there for you. We will confess ourselves. We will try to get you forgiven. If you prefer, you know, Yom Kippur coming up later this week, the Jewish Day of Atonement, I'm sure that I could probably try to give you a couple of Baruch Atah Adonais if you need that in order to help with the confession process. We got it all for you. It's coming up. in 20 after everything you need to know next. It's your home for the playoff-bound Mariner baseball team, Seattle Sports and seattlesports.com.
It's been 24 years since
The 2001 Western Division champions.
Mariners Nation, you've earned this banner.
There's no better feeling than this. You know, we work so hard each day.
With a first-round bye in the bag, what's ahead for the AL West champion Mariners in the postseason?
It's a lot of great things ahead. I can feel it.
SeattleSports.com has the latest on the scenarios.
We're not done yet. We got a World Series to go get.
This is where you hear your AL West champion Mariners in the playoffs. Seattle Sports.
Comcast Business can help turn your small business into a connected, secure, modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How healthcare offices become the data protecting caregivers that we all depend on. And how wealth management firms become cyber securing guardians of your information. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, and Wi-Fi backup, your business can stay connected and get threat ready with Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Now through November 16th, new Comcast Business customers can get started with 150 megabit internet plus security for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig package. Call today. Restrictions apply. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and auto pay with bank account. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey man, gaining weight, low energy, lost drive? It could be your testosterone. Revive Men's Health Washington helps men get their edge back. Meet Tyler, Revive Men's Health Director of Operations.
When men start treatment, it's not just their labs that change. You see it in their posture, their energy, and how they walk into the room. That's why I do what I do.
Call 206-529-1111 now to book your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation. That's 206-529-1111. Or schedule anytime at revivemenshealth.com.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Have you considered surgery or even joint replacement? Hey, it's Dave Wyman, and before you make that decision, see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Why? Because he gives it to you straight. Dr. Wagner said my right knee needs replacement, and I appreciate his honesty and expertise. My left knee is fine right now, but the minute it isn't, I'm heading to Dr. Wagner for his expert opinion.
I want to avoid another surgery, and I've heard so many patients rave about results from their 90-minute outpatient stem cell procedure with Dr. Wagner. He's a board-certified Seattle physician with over 30 years of experience and has performed more than 20,000 stem cell procedures using a person's own stem cells to regenerate cartilage in their own joints. People with severe osteoarthritis, even bone on bone, are back doing what they enjoy without pain and without surgery. Whether it's a shoulder, hip, elbow, ankle, wrist, or knee, before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com.
When your outside matches how you feel on the inside, that's kindness. And so I think that is the one thing that the Lee Johnson Auto family encourages us, is to be like really authentic and really be intentional in how we treat our customers and how we treat each other.
To have a good company, have a good culture, have a good crew that takes care of your customer base, you have to take care of your crew. You can't have miserable people and expect them to give a customer a good experience.
Walking in here, meeting some of the employees already before I was even hired on, welcoming me in, gave me a good indication what this company was all about. So if I were to make an hour and a half drive here and to have fun here for 8 to 9 hours a day versus if it's the other way around, then I'll take it.
It's not a script. It's a belief. The LJ way is the Lee Johnson Auto family.
Need to know.
15 minutes past every hour with Brock and Salk.
Here's what you need to know. Up first.
Yeah, Mariners unfortunately ended a little bit of a down note after an excellent end to the season. They get swept by the Dodgers. I don't know how seriously anybody was taking it. It sure felt like this was more of an opportunity to get some rest and, not stress anybody out, not get anybody hurt. Cal DH'd a couple of times. Didn't have a very good series. What do you have, like one hit in the whole series, something like that. No home runs. Not able to add on to that number 60. Julio, though, got to 30-30 once again. It's really incredible and a meaningful number for him.
To me, it's very important to impact the game in many different ways. And I feel like I've always worked really hard to be able to, for the ones I know me since the beginning, I feel like I wasn't credited as a speed guy and all that. So I just feel like I worked really hard for that, and just so I think it's really cool, 30-30. Like not a lot of like guys get to do that, and like just to have the chance in this game to do something special like that, I feel like it means a lot to me.
Pretty cool. A lot of work. Yeah, there were a lot of folks that didn't think he could ever be a center fielder too. Mm-hmm. Just too big. But he's one of the rare guys that is both, Salk, big and fast.
Yep.
And 30 bombs. And a second half that once again just gets red hot. He may or may not be in my confessions. You're just going to have to wait and see in 10 minutes.
I would hope he is. I would.
You just have to wait in 10 minutes.
I was going to guess that might be a part of it.
Maybe I felt like a little poser on Saturday when I saw him. Maybe.
Really?
Maybe that's right at the center.
Oh, whoa, wow. Are you going to apologize or confess anything about looking into his emerald green eyes?
I think he had sunglasses on, thankfully.
It's too bad. He missed out. Team's not going to take the whole week off. They got a 6-inning scrimmage Wednesday, another one on Thursday. $10 tickets if you want to go down and watch the team play against itself. Dan Wilson thinks it'll be valuable to have the fans out there.
Yeah, I mean, fans bring energy, and they bring, an excitement and a competitiveness, and so having some fans in here will be great. Looking forward to that part of it. I know that it's again, we're trying to simulate as much as possible what the playoffs are like, and fans are certainly a part of it, especially here at home, and the electricity that they bring, and so we're looking forward to that part of it as well.
Inside sources tell me, Salk, that concessions will be open. It'll feel like a game. The music, the walk-up music, it'll be a true game environment to make sure that they knock that rust off and are fully ready to go Saturday, game 1 of the division series.
So Cal was asked who he would maybe not want to. Was there anybody he would want to face? Any guesses on how Cal answered that question?
The way that G. Scott wants every quarterback to answer a question.
By saying as little as possible?
Don't say anything.
Here was Cal. Hold on, let me find it. I thought I had it up here, but I don't.
I don't really care.
You don't care?
It's about us.
You don't want that info?
I was just going to try to answer it for you.
Oh, here you go.
No.
Maybe Logan.
You knew he'd say something about Logan, Brock. Come on, you gotta be ready for that.
Here's the second thing you need to know.
Pretty good football weekend, certainly for Seahawks fans. Almost perfect. If only the Colts could have held on to beat the Rams, would have been about as good as it could have been.
Come on, Adonai Mitchell. What are you doing?
Get over that guy's name. I'm sorry.
Adonai?
Yeah. You know that Adonai means God in Hebrew?
Sure.
Like when you hear people at Jewish services say Baruch atah Adonai, Adonai means Lord. Like,
yes.
His name is Adonai Mitchell. I love it. Like, boy, did he ever screw that one up. He's going to have to go confess something because he was on the verge of a ridiculous touchdown until he just dropped the ball.
Yeah. And then Jonathan Taylor's got a go-ahead touchdown in the final 2 minutes, and he decided to just yank the jersey and grab some DB and ragdoll him right in front of the ref. And yeah, that's
just brutal. Fortunately,
but the Niners lose.
The Niners did lose.
Purdy stops. Ball is out. Loose ball on the deck. Did the Jaguars do it again?
Brock's going to be in some trouble, don't you think?
Couple picks, fumble.
He's losing wide receivers left and right. Those guys are also dropping a ton of passes. Nick Bosa's hurt.
There's no run game to really speak of to balance that thing out. George Kittle's still out. That O-line looks old. Yeah, nice to see them finally get punched in the face, and the Seahawks, the Rams, and the Niners now all 3-1 in the NFC West.
And also kind of one of those weekends where everything gets topsy-turvy, right? You feel like you knew who the Saints were after you demolished them a week ago, and then they went into Buffalo, and they didn't win, but they very nearly pulled off an upset over the Bills. The Ravens get spanked again. Their defense is a disaster. They're 1-3, and now Lamar is hurt. The Giants win, and don't just win with Jackson Dart. They beat the Chargers. I mean, Moore and I were sitting there saying, talk about confessions, like, how could you give him his first start against the Chargers?
Yeah, I thought that was
And the Packers saw greatest defense ever. Now that they, got the game record, gave up 40 points.
Sheesh.
Nobody could stop anybody in Dallas.
Yeah, I don't know. Just baseball. Oh, wait, football. My bad.
Here's the third thing you need to know.
Don't forget, by the way, Gino, 3 picks. 7 now on the season as they are 1-3.
Did he lead the NFL in picks? He's got to.
Got it. I can't imagine anyone's got more than 7. We'll have to check on that. Yeah. Huskies kept it close. Ultimately, just couldn't generate enough against Ohio State.
Tough one. I'm right there. I thought that our guys battled and competed. It's a one-score game going into the fourth quarter. 7-3 at halftime. 14-6. After we had one possession in the third quarter, one 7-play drive that ended in a field goal. And then it was, they had the ball there, and it felt like a very fast game. Didn't feel like a lot of possessions. We weren't very good on third down, which hurt us. We're not accustomed to that.
Gosh, the O-line came out and looked pretty good. They get a big goal line stand on a 4th down run. They get the lead. The crowd is into it. Just could not. And there was a...
How bad was the fake field goal?
Yeah, it was bad. Obviously didn't work.
But was that a major factor of what happened?
I don't think, no. Now, the 3rd and 9th, or what would have been, it was a 2nd and 19 roughing the passer call, was absolute bogus. And that was kind of a big play that put them up, 14-3 at that point, because they go on and score after that, Ohio State did. But it had been a heavy lift to try to win that one. Once again, a fully bloomed culture in Ohio State that's recruited and developed. And while they have a young quarterback, they know themselves. That was, the 6th start for DeMond Williams? Good learning lesson.
Yeah.
And avoiding sacks going to be a big, big part of his game moving forward.
Were you watching Penn State, Oregon?
I was not. I was following it on my phone.
That had to be the most elite uniform matchup I've seen. As you know, Penn State, when they're wearing Navy, good luck. There's nothing better than Penn State wearing Navy in terms of uniforms. Yep. And I really like the ones Oregon had on the other night. I know that's not always popular, but I like the whole Oregon uniform thing. And they look pretty good on Saturday night.
Gino, number 1, was 7. Joe Flacco was 6. Our guy, Jake Browning, who's going to start in Denver tonight on Monday night with 5.
That's really not company you want to keep. No. Jake Browning and Joe Flacco, 2 guys who shouldn't be starting.
Is this not going to go well for Pete?
I mean, it doesn't look like it. Not if he's going to tie his horses to Gino's stake, would you? Hitch his wagons to Gino's horse is probably what I was trying to say.
Is that what you're trying to say?
I think so. Whatever, dude. Let's move it along. That's everything you need to know.
I still want it to go so badly for Pete at the end. Like it's gone so badly for Russ here at the end. Like it's gone so badly for your guy Bill Belichick in the end. I just don't want to 3-13, 4-13.
Get it? I get it. All right, you ready to open up these phone lines, Brock, and see if people have anything to confess? I know you and I do. We'll open up the phone lines, 866-979-3776. The Mariners won 90 games. They take the number 2 seed heading into the postseason. Did you expect this? And if not, do you have anything you said, anything you felt, anything you did that you now feel bad about and feel like maybe you need to own up to it in order to move forward and enjoy the postseason with a clear conscience? If you need that, we are here to help. 866-979-3776. I know I need it. Brock, you seem like you could use it. We'll see what happens in the other room with Lyle and Maura. They don't seem as big on confessions, and that's okay. No. Hey, this is a personal choice. If you can go enjoy the postseason without feeling like you could unburden yourself of some of your sins, that's fine. I personally feel like I would have difficulty jumping in with both feet without offering some level of apology, some level of confession, acknowledgement of things I've said and done that were maybe not right. So we'll leave it up to you guys. 866-979-3776. Confessions next on Brock and Salk.
It's been 24 years since
The 2001 Western Division champions.
Mariners Nation, you've earned this banner.
There's no better feeling than this. We work so hard each day.
With a first-round bye in the bag, what's ahead for the AL West champion Mariners in the postseason?
It's a lot of great things ahead. I can feel it.
SeattleSports.com has the latest on the scenarios.
We're not done yet. We got a World Series to go get.
This is where you hear your AL West champion Mariners in the playoffs. Seattle Sports.
Playoff berth, division title, all the culmination of an entire season's worth of hard work, dedication, and focus. Yeah, there's bumps in the road, times of doubt, right? But if you would have told me way back that this would be the result, of course, we would all sign up. What if I told you in a few short months, you too could be down 25, 35, or more pounds? Let's say by Thanksgiving. Would you do it? Would you say yes? Because a few months is all it takes with Eastside Weight Loss Clinic. I did it, lost 25 pounds in a month, 35 pounds overall. Did it without pills, without injections, no counting calories, no prepackaged meals. You follow a plan, one that includes eating delicious, fresh food that you buy at the grocery store, and then you use this team for encouragement, coaching, and yes, accountability. A couple of months of that doesn't sound too bad, does it? Especially when you could lose 30 or more pounds. All it takes to get started is a free 15-minute phone call. Book one today at eastsideweightlossklinik.com. That's eastsideweightlossklinik.com. Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
This is Chris Davis with the Davis Law Group. Did you know that a pedestrian does not have to be crossing the street on a marked crosswalk to have a successful legal claim against the driver? Pedestrians can even be partially at fault for a collision and still have a valuable claim. Call us today for a free consultation or get my free book on pedestrian accident law at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com. That's Davis Law Group, better service and even better results.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
The ballpark is rocking like 2001. Let us clear up your allergies so you can enjoy more of each game. Hey, it's Dr. Ryan Stern of the Stern Sinus Center. Let us fix your ear, nose, and throat problems. Let's make your congestion, sinusitis, snoring, and allergies a non-issue. We can diagnose and treat everything from allergy testing and treatments to modern nasal breathing procedures to advanced balloon sinuplasty. Come and see us in Federal Way in Auburn or at sternsinus.com. That's sternsinus.com.
Seattle Sports has your chance to win 4 tickets to the Seahawks game Sunday, October 5th. Head to the Seattle Sports app, click the Win tab in the bottom right corner, and enter to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter through the Seattle Sports app, the better your odds. Do it every day, September 23rd through September 29th. Details and rules at seattlesports.com/win. From the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports. Your home for baseball's postseason and your American League West champion Mariners, Seattle Sports.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? When it comes to the security of your business, doubts can creep in about who you're trusting to protect it. Are they a reliable service? How will I know if something happens? Are they keeping everyone safe? At Bay Alarm, we got you. For nearly 80 years, we've been putting our customers' minds at ease with our advanced technology and personalized support. Feeling insecure about your current security service? Visit bayalarm.com today to talk to a local security expert.
With football season comes colder weather, so if you need new windows and doors, don't drop the ball. Steve Rabel here with Keith Dashafeet from locally owned Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. So Keith, what's your next big play?
Well, Steve, right now get 40% off qualifying installs or no payments and no interest for 12 months on approved credit.
Schedule a free consultation with Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Go to PellaPNW.com. That's PellaPNW.com.
Toyota of Renton is in the playoff chase with game-winning deals on your next ride. Score a 36-month lease on the Tacoma at $279 a month with $39.99 due at signing. The RAV4 leasing at $299 a month with $39.99 due at signing. Drive smarter with the all-hybrid Camry leasing as low as $299 a month or the Corolla from just $219. Whether you're gearing up for the fall or chasing savings, Toyota of Renton is the place to go. Visit toyotaofrenton.com and get in the playoff chase today. Offers valid through September 30th, 2025. Excludes tax, title, license, dealer accessories, and $200 negotiable documentation fee. Model 7540-4432-2559-1852.
O'Brien. From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Brock and Salk.
Weekdays 6 to 10.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
All right, we got the phone lines open, Brock, and full, 866-979-3776. We've done this before. We did it first in 2016. I believe it was January of 2016 when the Seahawks made the playoffs, won a game, and then ultimately fell. But that was the year they beat Minnesota with the crazy missed field goal from Blair Walsh. So we took confessions that year. I remember I was doing the show from Denver that day, oddly, while you were here. A little turnabout being fair play, and some of the confessions were hilarious of things people said and later wanted to take back about the Seahawks that year, who turned a corner and ended up, going farther than anybody thought. I think it's fair to take some of those calls today. Before we do, Brock, as we play some confession music and whether you... Thank you. There we go. That kind of sets the mood for it, doesn't it?
It does.
Okay. Brock, would you like to start?
Sure. Confession, good for the soul. Can be bad for the reputation, but that's okay. It's the only way to wash away your sin. I'm glad that says check.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I am going to confess that on Saturday at Husky Stadium, when I saw Julio Rodriguez, just couldn't do it with a totally pure heart. So some of the things that I've texted more than said about his inability in big moments, his really dumb swing decisions. First half of the year, why can't we get second half of the year Julio in the first half? Why does he got to swing out of his shoes 50% of the time? He swings every first. All the negative chatter. And at the end of the marathon, what is Julio? The best center fielder in baseball. What is Julio? Doing things never done in the history of the franchise with 30-30. What is Julio? Big when it matters the most in August and September. To climb to the top of the mountain and plant that flag. Julio, I can't be buddy-buddy with you at Husky Stadium on Saturday, taking pictures with you.
Hard, right?
With that just phoniness in my heart, of just the dirt on my heart. So I confess, I'm too hard on you. And I really hope you forgive me for just not believing. So wait till the end of the race, man. Don't judge him at the half marathon. That's all usually runs.
Half run.
Half run.
I've run 2.
So Julio, I ask for forgiveness, man. Because in the end, you step up. You rise up. You perform. And you're the best center fielder in all of baseball. And we should be thankful that you patrol the no-fly zone and you deliver when it's all said and done in ways that I need to stop whining and moaning about what you don't do and celebrate what you do. So please forgive me.
How about Julio, by the way, stealing second and third to get to 30? That's kind of awesome. That's very, very Julio-esque. His numbers in the second half are really incredible, Brock. And it's not just that he came out and did that. It's also making the decision not to go to the All-Star game, right? And Jerry talked about that yesterday.
The maturity that he showed when he, what I think is politely declined to go to the All-Star game because he knew he needed to focus on getting his own game right.
He goes on from there. I won't play it all just because I want to get to people, but he did it right.
You forget about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he didn't play like an all-star in the first half. Not even close to it.
Okay. I don't think Lyle's not ready. So let's take some calls. 866-979-3776. We'll start with Sam in Idaho. Good morning, Sam. What would you like to confess today?
Hey guys, thanks for taking the call. I'd like to confess that I absolutely hated the Dan Wilson hire when it happened. I hated the fact that we were bringing in an ex-Mariner. I didn't want any Mariners. I didn't want Edgar. I just hated the whole thing. But then 2/3 way through the season, after that horrendous road series against the Phillies and whoever, that streak in September really turned things around for me. And Dan made this the best Mariner team since 2001. And obviously the players were a contributor to that as well. But I just hated the Dan Wilson hire. And I would like to apologize to Dan Wilson for the hatred I had for his hire.
That's a solid start.
That's well
Sam.
said.
Sam, that is a great start. Way to show some grace to Danny and believe in him in the long run as well. Well done.
Yeah, I was not wild about the hire either. I think I made that pretty clear.
Did you?
Yeah, I think I did. And it is interesting, the two people that I thought that they maybe could have had a shot at in the offseason also making the playoffs, Terry Francona and Stephen Vogt, both with rosters that are not all that impressive. But Dan did a heck of a job, man. And I think I'm still going to disagree with a lot of the in-game decisions that he's made. I hope that doesn't end up becoming a problem in the postseason. But what Dan has done to build an opportunity for guys like Cal to lead, to step back, and I think Scott was having trouble with that. I think after years of really being necessary for him because there was a void in leadership at the top, I'm betting it was hard for Scott to learn to step back and start to give those guys that he had helped lead a chance to lead themselves. And Dan, in many ways, the perfect person to allow those guys to go out there and do it. And obviously, it's paid huge dividends this year. All right, 866-979-3776.
Sam, I forgive you, by the way. That was usually Boy Howdy's role.
Yes.
Right?
Come on and forgive people. Here's Cullen in Tacoma. What's up, Cullen?
Hey, guys. I myself also have a confession. At the beginning of the season, I shamefully created a Mariners burner Twitter to just, it's discourseful throughout the history of Mariners land. So I needed an anonymous space to argue with people. All year I've been going back and forth arguing about how I believe Cal Raleigh's the MVP and how he was going to hit 1 million home runs all season. So to all the New York Yankee fans, to the John Boy medias, to all of them that I have been going back and forth with on Twitter all year, and especially very rigorously the last few weeks, I'd like to apologize to absolutely none of you. Cal Raleigh's the American League MVP. Let's see you in the CS Mariners in 4.
Let's go to what? I don't think that's really the idea behind confessions, but thank you.
But you'll allow it because it's New York.
I'd like to see somebody do that in an actual confession booth. Storm out like, not sorry. And priest just like, it's not really what we do here.
Well, he just channeled his inner Conor McGregor. I like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Let's go to Wydell in Spokane. Lyle, we'll get into you. Wydell.
Yeah,
you ready to confess?
Yes. Yes, I am. I confess that there was a period right before we went on this big run at the end of the season where I was getting a little bit nervous, thinking about season 23 and 24 when we missed the playoff by one game. And we're starting to slide. We couldn't win any road games. And
Wydell, what's the worst thing you said?
On our tail.
Wydell.
Well, I don't. The worst thing I thought is we missed the playoffs.
That's the worst thing you said. You don't need to
game
apologize for that.
That's the worst thing I thought.
That's not enough. Yeah, that's pretty weak.
It?
Yeah.
That's it?
That's like Maura going and apologizing for being mean to her sister when she was young. Like, we're looking for real crimes here.
Lyle, can you turn that bed down just a little bit?
Yeah, it's a little loud. Thank you.
Thank
Lyle, are you ready? You have anything you want to confess? You don't need to, again. Like, it's a voluntary situation.
And again, our phones, we keep stuff in-house. That's private. That's between us. So I'm not about to read any of your texts over some of the rough stretches. I'm not going to do that. It's got to be your heart attitude. And if you don't want it, then that's fine.
I may or may not have pronounced the season over a few too many times this year.
Like, how many if you had to put a number on it? 10 or under? 10 or over?
Kill shot from Maura.
I mean,
kill shot.
I know, I was just wondering.
I watch an unhealthy amount of Frank the Tank content, and it leads to me saying things like the season's over all the time. And this year, I probably
just out of curiosity, is the season over?
It's not.
But the regular season's over.
Well, that is, but that's not usually what I meant.
So the season is not over for the Mariners, even though the regular season's over.
Correct.
It's weird.
So I probably shouldn't have done that as many times as I did this.
Will you learn from it out of curiosity?
No, and I'm not going to stop watching Frank the Tank content, but I do admit that I did it too many times.
Yeah.
So you did wrong, but you have no interest in changing.
Even if I had interest in changing, it's probably not going to
work. The wolf.
I mean, at least he's honest. I think there's a lot of women who have had boyfriends out there, or vice versa, that they wish you. They tell you they're going to change and they're not going to.
Are you going to stop
honest.
cheating on me? No. No, I'm going to keep cheating.
That would be just a lot easier.
Yeah. I know it's not the right thing to do, but I get very tempted, and I'm just going to keep cheating on you, is essentially what Lyle is saying.
Lyle's honesty.
Yeah, that's good, Lyle. Nice job. You're forgiven, sort of. Let's go to Sean in Tacoma. Sean, good morning. What would you like to confess?
Hey, guys. I'd like to confess that I thought Bizzardo was pretty much a modern-day Jose Paniagua. And in essence, he has actually been legit, and I have to apologize to him because he's actually been like the most legit guy in the bullpen that we weren't expecting. So, hey, Bizzardo, man, I'd love to buy you a beer or something like that. But, at the end of the day, I just thought that you were going to just be washed, and you ended up being probably the unsung hero of the bullpen.
Great point. I would say one.
Great stuff.
I apologize and would like to confess that I referred to him as the human white flag, which quite literally this year he was not.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, do you think now, Brock, it's fair to stop calling him Eduardo Bizzardo? That we really need to do a good job of getting the Edward in there and not Eduardo?
100%.
Yeah. All right.
You had the old 10th man award he used to give?
Yeah.
Oof.
So, yeah, we'll talk about that this week. He would be a contender. He's not going to win it, but he'd be a contender. 10th player award goes to the person who most exceeded expectations. I think there's just one. Such an obvious winner this year.
White flag to be cut. He was kind of the glue.
He'd be on the list, though. He would absolutely be on the list. All right. You want to get to some more? More? Do you have anything? Do you want to confess at all?
Yeah, I was not psyched about bringing Polanco back. I thought his knee was going to be a problem. And I think all of us, I know we talked on the show about questioning whether that oblique injury had something to do with his knee acting up as well. So I didn't have a lot of confidence that he was going to be able to keep being an impact player, even though he started off so hot throughout the season, and he did.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jorge.
I know
We're happy to have you.
Bob Stelton's not here, but I think Bob would like to call up and be forgiven for some of his initial thoughts on the re-signing of Jorge Polanco, and I'll put myself in that category as well. I didn't like it, and when I found out he was going to play third, I really didn't like it. But you got to give a lot of credit, not just to Jerry and Justin for re-signing him, but I think to the coaching staff for putting him in a great position to succeed this year. All right, 866-979-3776. Confessions on a Monday as the Mariners have won the AL West and are heading to the postseason with
And
the
you've
first
done
round
and
bye.
said things over the course of the season that you need to ask for forgiveness.
Yeah.
And thank you. A bunch of you, Sam and Sean and Colin. Well done.
Should we try Chris? Here's Chris in Linwood. Chris, what have you done this year that you would like forgiveness for?
A whole lot of things, but as it pertains to this particular team and season, I called you guys a few weeks back, and we were struggling, and I questioned a lot of moves that Dan was making and his or lack thereof, and Julio's lack of production for a better part of the season. And I made the silly suggestion that if we don't make the postseason, we get rid of Dan and we trade Julio.
Yeah, we got that sound.
Well,
You want to hear it, Chris? You want to hear how stupid you sound?
No, you don't need to play that back. I remember I said it.
Are you going to remember next year when Julio goes through a slump?
I will. However, I still would really love to see a full season from him. I mean, I'd love to not have to wait till the All-Star break for him to figure it out. But yes, I will exercise more patience.
All right. Nice job, Chris.
Well done.
All right. Chris is going to exercise a little more patience. Appreciate that out of you, Chris.
Well done. I kind of do remember him calling. Do you?
I do too. Oh, yeah. I was like, wait, what? You want to trade Julio? Why? Rich in Mukilteo. Rich, what would you like to confess today?
Forgive me, Brock and Salk. I have sinned. Like many people, I discounted the Mariners, and I feel bad about that now because now I'm rooting for them. But the main thing I need to confess is I'm the guy who called you up, Salk, and kind of hammered your handicap a few months ago, and you got upset with me, and you said, "Where'd you hear that?" And you said, "Where'd you hear that on the internet?" And I'm the guy that says, "I don't read the internet, guys," and you use that on your openings. So I hear it almost every morning. I do read the internet sometimes, so I'm sorry.
Not sure I fully understand all that, but okay. You're forgiven, I guess. Did you understand all that?
It's Sark that we play.
Right,
But
that's
if he thinks
Sark.
it's him, that's fine.
Yeah, it's not you, buddy. That's Steve Sarkisian.
If you think you're that big a deal, be on the open of our show.
Jeez, Rich. Tone it down up in Mukilteo. Lynn is in Lacey. Good morning, Lynn. What's up?
Good morning, gentlemen. I just want to call and confess and ask for forgiveness for all the times I cussed at you and Brock this season for jinxing the Mariners, for talking bad about people like Cal Raleigh or, I don't know, Bizzardo, whoever else you were talking about on that day. And I feel I need to clear my conscience so we go into the playoffs with nothing lingering over our heads, so we can enjoy each and every freaking win on the journey.
All right.
Like, how would you swear at us?
Yeah.
Like, without saying the actual curse word, what would be your go-to?
Well, my roommate would wake up and say, "Will you please be quiet? Your cursing is waking me up today."
Wow.
I love the Mariners more than pretty much anything in the world,
Okay.
especially this year.
Yep.
I've loved Cal since he came. I was bummed when he got sent back down. I was thrilled when he came back up. I feel like he's my son. I have sons his age. It's just so exciting to have him. I hated when you guys talked about Julio. I felt like punching you guys in the noses, but couldn't do that.
Okay, thank
Not
you.
a violent person,
Well,
really.
it sounds like you're trying just
But-
desperately not to be. All right.
Not now. We won. We're ready
That's
to
right.
go. I'm
That's
happy. Let's do it.
Well, you're-
Let's
you're
go
for-
get the whole freaking thing.
Kind of a wild
You are-
ride there. With
you are
Lynn.
forgiven.
Yeah, I guess.
I forgive you.
Yeah.
I forgive you.
That was a wild ride. There are a lot of ups and downs to that.
I love
call.
it. She's passionate.
Yeah.
You ever get that when? Do you ever think about that song? I don't think you do. It's hard enough for you and I to listen to one another and think well enough to continue to do this. But do you ever think like, oh man, people just right now screaming at us, cussing at us?
I just assume that. I mean, they're not screaming at you. I just assume people are screaming and cussing at me all the time. I was at, you know where I was yesterday, Brock? Was at the Kraken Community Ice Complex.
Oh, were you?
And I was with Cecily and two of her friends. Shout out to Eliza and Ashton. As the three of them decide to engage in a massive wrestling match right on the floor in front of the entrance to the building. They're freaking jumping on each other and attacking each other. And I finally was able to gain enough control to get them up. No sooner do I get them up and we start leaving. Guy walks over and is like, hey, you Mike Salk? I was like, oh my God. Now you got to come over and say hi? Now that my kids are terrorizing the entire facility here? Ugh. Awful.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I was like, no. Actually, no, I get that a lot.
Get it all the time.
People say I look a lot like him, sound like him, but I'm not him. No, and these are not my kids. Don't know anything
And
about
I'm not
them.
eating all these Oreos for myself.
It's true. Let's go to Josh in Snohomish. Josh, how would you like to confess today?
I'm actually going to call in and confess for my dad because I know he won't do it, who called me on Labor Day weekend and said, we're not going to make the playoffs. We're not going anywhere. Give me football season. And I said, you better stick on this road because it's going good. And they went on a big win streak. And every time he would call me and want to talk that, I'm like, we're not talking baseball, right? I made him about a week ago confess and say, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have jumped off, and I allowed him back on the train.
That was nice of you. You're
What's
very
Dad's
forgiving.
name? Josh, what's Dad's name?
My dad's name is Lynn Francis.
We didn't have to put the last name.
You don't have to give his address and dox the man. I mean, jeez.
He lives in
Hey,
Snohomish.
that's what he gets for jumping off.
That's right.
Well, let me read you this text we got because this one cracked me up.
Thank
Sort of
you,
in the
Josh.
same
And
zone.
Lynn, you are forgiven, both father and son.
This one is
I was
from
going
the
to say, do you get absolved if someone else confesses for you?
No. Absolutely not. Not how that works. 425. I'd like to confess that I canceled my Root Sports subscription twice this season. I also tweeted at the M's before the All-Star break after we had a losing streak, threatening to never watch them again if they didn't make some trades for the betterment of the team. I also left a voicemail to the front office saying that they should sell the team if they were going to be as cheap and frugal as my dead grandfather.
Wow.
That's the kind of confession I was hoping we
Yes.
might get more of, to be perfectly honest with you.
Did he put his name on there?
No, it's just a 425 on
That wasn't
there.
Lynn Francis?
I don't think so. No, Lynn's not going to do that. You want to go to Sultan, Brock?
Oh, I love Sultan.
Let's hear what Will's got. Will, you might be last. Let's see. Give us a good confession.
Oh man, I'm right there with the 425. I woke up just about every day during the off season, checking the Seattle Sports app, looking for accusations.
And accusations.
The one that I saw was Jorge Polanco. And, man, I could have just cried bad tears. I did not want him back. I was not looking forward to it. And, you know, there's one thing with him. Cal has been great all year, undeniably great. He's really got us where we are. But I think there is a very strong correlation with when Polanco has been good this year, the Mariners have been at their best.
Jorge Polanco this year had an on-base percentage of .326, slugging .495, OPS of .821, Brock, a .134 OPS plus, and he had 26 home runs. Unbelievable. What an incredible season.
And to Will's point, when he was hot and good,
Yep.
his team was hot and good, and let's hope we get hot Jorge for the next couple weeks.
All right.
Well done, Will. We forgive you.
We'll grab one more. We got time for one more. Real quick. Tom in Oak Harbor. Tom, confess and be forgiven.
Father, forgive me for my sins. I have 3 confessions. One, that they would get to the end of the season and utter that Maxwell Smart one. Missed it by that much. Second, that they would get to the trade deadline and do another Kendall Graveman or Paul Sewald trade instead of Luis Castillo. Instead, we got the 11th hour Hail Mary of Naylor and Suarez that filled out the team and pushed us across the finish line. And lastly, I confess that I believe that Bump and Stacy are the best broadcast team when there's Brock and Salk out there. Oh, wait, that's not a confession. It is Bump and Stacy. Ha! Go Mariners!
Tom, thank you. And understand that they are going to be coming your way any minute. Yes, I think we might even agree with all that they might be superior. All right, well, there you go. Great job confessing, Brock, Mora.
You confessed earlier in the show.
Yeah,
right?
I did. For those who missed it, I did confess quite a bit. And apologies to Jerry, Justin, front office, lots of folks. So please go back. I'm not skipping out. I had just already done it.
No, you did it. Yeah.
Ahead of Yom Kippur, which isn't even
You were
until
washed
Thursday.
away. Your sins were washed away. So
They've been absolved.
Yes.
Wow.
Now just call Steve, and then we'll be good.
I already texted Steve. Steve's the one who needed to call in. Where was he today? Where's fake Graham?
That was the start of all of the healing, I think, over the last 4 or 5 days.
Might have been. There's some more stories, too, that can't be told. All right, we got to go. We'll be in tomorrow morning. Jeff Passan, Daniel Jeremiah, a whole lot more as we get ready for the Mariners in the postseason. The actual postseason starts tomorrow. That's pretty cool. So we'll start seeing games as soon as tomorrow, late morning. Bump and Stacy, the great Bump and Stacy, are coming up next. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Until then, the hay.
Barn.
See you, everybody.
Get to the chopper!
Be the first to hear from Seahawks head coach Mike Macdonald the morning after every game on the Mike Macdonald Show.
Good morning, Coach. How are you? This thing on? On and ready for you.
The morning after every Seahawks game at 9:30 with Brock and Salk.
Being in front of the 12s is going to be a lot of fun. Trying to bring everybody together so we can push in the same direction.
Get the podcast on the Seattle Sports app and seattlesports.com. It's the Mike Macdonald Show, only on Seattle Sports, the home of the Seahawks.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Here's the tale of the daily med fill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang, that one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey man, gaining weight, dragging throughout the day, losing your drive? It could be your testosterone. The team at Revive Men's Health Washington gets men back on track with the energy and drive they've been missing. Meet Tyler, Revive Men's Health Director of Operations and witness to hundreds of success stories.
I've seen guys come in worn out, discouraged, and just not themselves. A few months into treatment, they're standing taller, speaking with more confidence. It's like watching someone come back to life, like a light switch gets turned back on. The spouse says, "Thank you, I really have my partner back, better than before." That's the moment it all clicks for me, and that's why I do what I do.
Since 2011, Revive Men's Health has helped more than 120,000 men regain their energy and drive. Start your story today with an in-clinic visit or a secure video appointment. Call 206-529-1111 now to book your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation. That's 206-529-1111 or schedule anytime at ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
When the heat's in 11.
Cool AC would be heaven.
Dayandnight.net. Get end-of-season savings of 30% off an air conditioner or heat pump while supplies last at Day and Night.
Hi, I'm Bruce with Day and Night Plumbing and Heating. Call us about installing a high-efficiency cooling system or servicing your existing one so you're cool when you need it.
Save 30% off an air conditioner or heat pump, plus no payments or interest for a year OAC. Call for details.
Dayandnight.net.
Underestimating the trucking industry is one of the biggest mistakes I see victims and other lawyers make. Trucking companies have an army of lawyers and experts who act quickly after an accident to protect the company. Only an experienced trucking accident lawyer can navigate the complicated federal and state laws to protect your rights. If you or a loved one has been injured in a trucking accident, call Davis Law Group today for a free consultation or get my free book on trucking accident law at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
After years of football and the injuries that go with it, my first thought was always go get surgery. Hey, it's Dave Wyman, but after a consultation with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine, my eyes were open to an alternative to surgery, and I'm talking about stem cell therapy. Well, and my buddy and co-host Bob Stelton, also in pain, and decided to go see Dr. Wagner.
I had a hip issue from 14 years of jiu-jitsu.
How's the pain now?
Everything I did before, I can do just as well. Hitting the heavy bag, sparring, rolling, all of that is back in play. This whole thing has been such a pleasant surprise because I really was of the mindset, I'm going to have to go under the knife. I'm going to have to get surgery. And this really saved me from that. I could not be happier with the results.
Whether it's a hip like Bob had, a shoulder, a knee, a wrist, an ankle, before you choose surgery, consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine.
Do it. You will not regret it.
Hey, get the facts, hear from all the patients I've talked to, and schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.